There's my expert analysis.
Thank you for that.
No problem.
Thank you for that expert analysis, Godsend, on Odin, not Odin Division. As welcome everyone. This is Davey, the nightly Quilla support in Odin, joined by the illustrious Godsend, who's the support, the Odin support in Dungelskogs, and we're here to cast Going Ghost versus Kintwood's in the Odin Division. Both of these teams are 3-3. Going Ghost on a hot streak, went from 0-3 to now a 3-game win streak, and Kids with Mittens hot off the trails last week, winning against the undefeated Dungelskogs. Gutson, how do you feel? What position do you think the pace of the game is really going to take place in?
For KWM, well, honestly, for both these teams, it should be played through solo. I think whether it's Innie or last week it was S-Sub that subbed in, they both actually really play like phenomenal for Going Ghost. And on the flip side of KWM, last week's Snooze was definitely their their best player by far, best player in the game. So I think it's gonna be interesting to see what side puts pressure to solo, sees if they can get their their star player ahead, and see if they can push that lead. I mean, right now, solos. There's a lot of the top bands right now are solo jungle flexes being warriors. Very oppressive gods, and they're definitely gods that can get a lead and run with it well. So that's kind of where my focus is.
I also think there's going to be like a big focus in the jungle as well. I mean, you have Inori, who from the past sets, and even when they were losing, has had like really great flashes of brilliance. But you also have the Kids with Mittens jungler Omir, who's being put in after Ducky's descent back into Thor, who's also played really well in the jungle. I mean, he played Tsukiyomi. He's played Tsukiyomi all 3 games against the Skogs.
And he's played Tsukiyomi.
Don't worry. He's played Tsukiyomi and Tsukiyomi and Tsukiyomi.
Yeah.
So his god pool is really shining. But I think that Inori has like this great presence around the map, and I think is responsible a lot for a lot of the wins that Going Ghost Odin Division is finding. So I am curious to see how or if Kins with Mins are going to sort of adapt to Inori's style of hyper farming and looking for these really, really, really great ganks.
I mean, last week he played Kronos in the jungle.
Yeah.
I hope I never see again, but
yeah,
it was played.
He's feeling himself, man, and you can't really blame him. I mean, you also have the ADC matchup between Raymond and Upgrade Only, and honestly, I think Upgrade Only is probably one of the most understated ADCs in Odin, right next to Caucasian Asian. I think Upgrade Only is like a really great mechanical player. He has like really great flashes of brilliance. I don't think that until recently that Upgrade Only has been able to shine with the variables that have been around it, but now that I think that Going Ghost is finding their concept, they're finding their idea into how they want to play the map. Upgrade Only has been starting to shine, and one of the reasons I think is because now that Artemis has a really great presence in the meta, that's one of Upgrade's only signature picks.
Yeah, and early on in the season when Ghost lost their first 3 games, he was probably the best player for that portion of it. Lately it's been the Soul lane, but I mean both of their side lanes have been pretty consistent overall.
Yeah, and then Xbox Live Spy, who I would say in the beginning, and I'm not trolling when I say this, was more of a detriment to Going Ghost than was a benefit. I mean, was definitely struggling with the team, but now that they've been finding this idea and how they play, his god pool has been massively expanded. I mean, we used to only meme that we would only see the Cthulhu support, but we've seen Yamoja, we've seen a couple other gods been played. So I really think that there is a really good shot for Going Ghost to take down the Skins with Min's team.
Yeah, I wonder if KWM is going to look to ban the Yamoja away from him, just because that of late Ghost has gravitated towards that pick pretty heavily. The god's just insane. It's definitely worthy of a top. Okay, I'm sorry, I got a DM. it's worthy of a ban. I mean, especially so. I mean, not only the god being good, but if you know the other team prioritizes it, especially like some of their wins have come on the back of this Yamoja. So I think it's definitely worth a discussion towards the ban. I think towards KWM. I mean, last week they found a lot of. I mean, playing against them, right? They found a lot of success with the Izanami.
Mhm.
I wonder if that's going to be in the back of Going Ghost minds, right? Maybe they want to toss out an Izanami ban top 3.
Yeah.
Um, I'm not quite sure which team has first pick if they decided that, but you can obviously you can throw a little ban here or there if you're first, maybe sneak a Tiamat through, or it's gonna be interesting. I think
That
there's a couple picks that these teams have found success with of late that are definitely worthy of ban discussions.
Yamoja is an Ame, as you stated, and I think that we might see these bans relegate towards the second ban phase. But I do think that like how much homework has these two teams done on each other, because I think it's really important that they're studying the
Yeah.
screenshots, they're watching the draft, and when you consider the standings for both of these teams, this is actually kind of an important match. You have a three a three-way tie for fourth place between, which is Kins with Men's going Ghost and Koalas. Koalas going against Far Out, which are in second place. But you have these two teams right now who are basically going to be fighting for the fourth place. And this is really important because Going Ghost, if they win this, their momentum is going to be sky high. Four streak in a row, their momentum is sky high. Morale is up. I can't imagine what the morale was going to be like when they were 0-3. And I think it's a testament to how their mentality is that they're fighting this streak. Meanwhile, Kins with Mittens, with a new roster change, they're aching for wins. They're really looking to prove themselves now. So I think this game is actually far more important than what we might realize.
Yeah, both of these teams. Okay, yeah, both these teams have kind of brought it back a little bit, which is like as you said, is a testament to their mental fortitude. Um, so this is gonna be a very interesting game. I have to take care of this message really quickly.
No worries.
Uh,
I do think that I do think that this game is going to be really interesting to see, like in terms of are they going to use subs, because I do think that Inimigod is their best player, but it's a sub who subbed in last week, had a really great performance too, right? So I am curious to
yeah,
see what is. I hope to see both starting rosters come out.
yeah, that popped off last week.
Yeah, they did.
So
Like
I mean, having a sub like that could not only fill and do really well, but fill for your best player, and you almost don't miss a beat. Pretty valuable.
it is very valuable. And as we're continuing to wait, I am curious to see the bans. Are they going to position, like as we talked about before, maybe they're going to look to first ban Yamoja, or are we going to stick the traditional bans? Do you think Morgan Le Fay, with the current introduction to comp, do you think either one of these teams are looking to prioritize that, or do you think it's still a little too early for that?
More, I don't know. I think she's really good. I know there's some mixed feelings on her. I think you have to build a comp a little bit around her though. Unlike, let's say, like a Tiamat. I think Tiamat you just slap on a team and you just
Easy
roll with
dub.
it. You just roll
Yeah.
with it. I don't know. It kind of depends on what they prioritize. I know Kittens have played it. I mean, they played it last week, uh, but that was the game they lost. So I don't know if they're gonna, they might avoid the pick. I'm not sure if Ghost has played Morgan. Maybe in scrims. I don't think they have in a league match. I mean, the last couple of weeks they had Jolly. Remember
Yeah. Who
filling
played
for
Baba
Radzer,
and
and
Scylla.
he was just Baba abusing.
Yeah. Literal Baba abuse
Um,
from John.
so I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not even sure if Jolly's playing today. It could be maybe Radzer's feeling better. I know I think he was sick. So hopefully, hopefully he gets well. But I don't know.
I think you're right to state that. I think
I don't think we're gonna see a Morgan. I think we might see it banned just because maybe these teams haven't practiced against it that much, or like don't
Mhm.
like the pick. But I don't think we're gonna see it selected.
I think that's fair. I just think that like if they're banning Morgan Le Fay, what really is coming out? Because recently I've seen a lot of Osiris and Odin come out because of the fact that Morgan Le Fay is banned. So I am curious to see how these teams are going to position towards that, as we are sort of delayed on the game. Sorry about that. We are, just waiting patiently
Yeah,
with you.
they're waiting for. I think one person's missing in the lobby. That's what I was DMing about.
Yeah, so we're waiting with you. We're sorry for the delay. We want to get into this as fast as we can. But I think that Morgan Le Fay, it is very astute what you said, that you can kind of slap team on it to everything. I mean, the god is so inflated. The god is so good. But Morgan Le Fay, you have to play around. I mean, whenever I play against a Morgan Le Fay, I just insta lock Ymir because I think Ymir kind of shags Morgan Le Fay. The wall is so good just because of the fact that she doesn't have that escape. It kind of reminds me of almost like season 5. I think it was season 5 or season 4 Alpuash, where what a bloated god. But if you could catch him off guard, the god is useless. So I am curious to see that.
She reminds me of Isis, but with easier what's the word? Or like more disruption. And like a worse ult. But
yeah. And then I think that the next conversation is going to be on this like Osiris meta that we've been seeing. I mean, such a bully in lane, such a bully in the jungle. What do you prefer, Gatsa? Do you prefer to see Osiris in the jungle or more of an Osiris in solo?
I think I prefer him in the jungle. Honestly, he could play both of those roles. I mean, hell, I played him support one game. I think I was just stupid.
How did the support game go?
It was fine. I mean, we got it was like Osiris season on me, so we got it was just a high pressure kill win.
As we
Radzer's here, unless this is not updated.
Looks like
both starting 5s are.
Yeah, looks like we got the game finally going on. Picks and bans are currently starting, so I guess we'll see how these teams converge. Are they going to look for a Morgan Le Fay pick, or are they going to ban? Let's see how this goes. I mean, I do think that there is a adaptation. We see that the mid laner is going to be filled by their Thor mid laner, Stendi or Bistendi, who is in itself a very good player. And a Tsukiyomi first ban going Ghost doing their homework against Omir.
Is Snooze there, Dylan? Oh, let's go. You woke up. Big.
And then an Odin positioning.
Oh, shoot. You lied to me. Well, these bands, Odin, Tiamat, top bands, Tsukiyomi, top band versus KWM, potentially? Because of, what we said last week, they threw him on 3 times, found success, kind of no reason to deviate.
And nope, apparently Snyx is there.
Oh, okay. So it's
Stendi is in solo. Apparently, we're just as confused as you.
Yeah, it's him.
So we're just as confused as you are, but we believe it's Stendi in solo.
And no Inni either. Okay.
Yeah, and no Inni. So I guess we're gonna position towards this third ban, which looks for the Artemis. That leaves Morgan Le Fay open. It leaves Osiris open as well. It also leaves a lot of support picks open. Basically, you got your free range on supports here. So I'm curious to see how Kinsman's look. Are they going to look for an Osiris ban or Le Fay ban? I would expect to see a Le Fay ban because I don't really know if teams know how to deal with it yet. So no, but they position towards the Soul instead, which I think is a fine position. I completely forgot that Soul is even a character.
Yeah, a couple people do. I mean, the Emoji's open.
Yeah,
that's a worthy topic for going Ghost. I think.
Yeah, I think that if Emoji's open for going Ghost and they don't choose it, then I think Kinsman's have to pick that up immediately for Lucky. Because I think Xbox Live Spy has shown such great prowess on it that it is kind of troll to not pick that up as we wait for the first pick. I think that's what's the current discussion is about. I mean, we're looking for Yemoja on Osiris, and it is correct.
Oh, I'm just batting 1,000 right now.
You're just brilliant, literally brilliant.
Right.
But that leaves a lot open for Kinswood Wins. I mean, Osiris is, like I said, Osiris, Le Fay. There's a lot open right now. You have Donzaburo, and Rama, which have been showing a lot more prowess. Ymir is open as well.
They probably KWM probably just goes duo here.
I mean, they could look to flex a Sobek as well if they wanna leave a little ambiguity in the draft. They
True.
pick up. I think Kids with Mins right now. They look for an Osiris and they look for a Sobek because both characters do have innate anti-healing against the Yamoja, as well as having good survivability against her as well.
Mhm.
I think that's the play, in my opinion. So I guess we'll just see how it goes. I mean,
I think they go duo. I think they at least go ADC. I think
Who calling?
getting raised. I don't know. Maybe they go back to the Izanami. Yep. There you go.
Kukulin Izanami. What the?
All right, so I was half right.
What is
Morgan
going
Le
on? And the
Fay.
oh my god, Going Ghost kind of. I feel like Going Ghost already has so much good in their draft already. Picking up the LeFay and then
Osiris.
locking in the Osiris as well.
Yeah, it's
Which leaves-
it's a really good top 3.
Yeah, they're really keep. And I like the Osiris pick a lot here because again, it just leaves a lot of ambiguity. Like, is it going in solo? Is it going in jungle? As well as we do have a sub in the solo lane, so no Enemy God. And now we just wait for Kitten with Mittens' third pick. I expect that they're going to be picking some maybe a support here, maybe looking at a Ymir or a Sobek or even a Terra. I find that Terra has a decent matchup into Yamoja,
Merlin.
but looks for the mid laner and picks the Merlin instead.
Yeah, I don't mind this Merlin pick. I think I know KWM really likes the Giannis, but I don't think Giannis gets much value here. You kind of need a guy that's able to spread anti-heal a little bit more effectively.
What's
So
interesting,
I think that kind of threw the Giannis pick out the window.
interesting that Kittens with Mittens ban a Wheelix instead of picking it, because I find that a Wheelix has such a good matchup into the Yamoja. As the Sobek ban comes out from Going Ghost. Oh no, it's apparent it's the Daji, not the Wheelix.
But
No, it's the
more-
Wheelix. And then it's the
It's both,
Daji.
it's both.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
It's okay, Dylan.
You're doing fine.
Those are pretty good bans though for jungles. I know Honori really likes the Wheelix pick. I don't think he's played it in a little bit though, but
And then
that's
yeah.
that's definitely one of his better selections.
I think that Going Ghost needs to find some sort of I think a Fenrir would really make a Going Ghost jungler really top notch since Izanami and Merlin don't have CC immune ults.
I don't like
That-
I don't like the Nem ban. I think that's a waste.
Yeah?
I don't think that does any. Like if they pick Nemesis, I don't think that god dives that team at all.
The Kali instalock for Going Ghost, which brings a lot of late pressure for Inori. And I know that Inori is a big fan of that. And then the Hachi hover.
Hachiman.
I think Going Ghost has a really well-rounded draft. I think they kind of got away with murder in the draft, honestly. I mean, they have really great early, they have really good mid, and they have really good late. And then the Thanatos final pick, which
Yeah, their top 3 picks are kind of nutty. Like I like Morgan. I'm not sold that she's like you grab her like if you're picking first. I like her. I like how Going Ghost drafted. Like where they got her, right? I like taking the Yamoja one. I like taking Morgan on the turn. I don't like, if it was vice versa, I don't think I'd be the biggest fan because I think Yamoja does really good into her. Like you said about Ymir, Gods that can wall her off, lock her down, do really well. So you kind of take one of her biggest counters, force the other team to not pick it because I think they discussed it and they were like, we don't want to pick Morgan into the and then you get Morgan on the turn. Interesting. Okay. So we just received word from the higher up that it is Bastende mid, Snicks jungle, and Ormor in the soul lane. Okay.
an interesting map switch up here.
And then the duo's the same.
I don't really like the Thanatos pick. I think the Thanatos pick is just as questionable as putting.
I think I was gonna get to that.
Yeah.
I think the Thanatos gets railed here.
Yeah, I really don't like it. I think it's just as questionable as putting ice in your milk, but it's just really questionable, truly. Like, I just don't think it has a good matchup. I mean, you have the emoji heal to counter it. Morgan Le Fay has a lot of healing themselves. I mean, I don't think you can execute through Kaliol, right? You can't do that. Can you?
What? No.
No. And Hachiman, you know, it is a little bit tough for Hachiman, but he does have some mobility to get through it.
Yeah, I think Going Ghost has a lot of CC in their kit, which and a lot of lockdowns. So Thanatos being as immobile as he is, I think he's going to struggle. I mean, I get the thought process against like heal comps with executes because like they're so hard to bring to 0, but if you can get them to like that 30% whatever execute threshold and kill them, right? Like it works. But I just think into that team,
It's a double-edged sword.
he's gonna have a rough time. Like if his ults are like off the mark at all, or like if he either straight up misses it or he gets himself in a tricky situation like that, I think it's an easy turn for the side of Ghost.
We have a sort of as we get into the game, we have a sort of switch up with Lucky going for the Warrior's Axe instead of a traditional support item. I think this is actually kind of a bad call. I think Sentinel's Gift is really good on Bracket. I think it's pretty decent into any support. And I think that they need to find really great value early, or I think Lucky is going to be struggling throughout this whole game with the lack of gold, unlike what Sentinel's Gift brings you.
Yeah, I mean PBM did it yesterday on Yamoja, but I'm pretty sure it was just a bet. That's what he made it sound like on Twitter. He's also PBM, so
yeah,
he knows how to effectively farm.
And we're just getting into the game. It's all looking very traditional right now. As there is a little Going Ghost does reach the lane a little bit earlier than Kings with Mittens, and I think mid pressure going to belong in the early to Kings with Mittens with the standard, as we see sort of aggression onto the Izanami, and then but nothing unfortunately comes out of it. Upgrade only is just a little far away, and here we go. We have more mid pressure coming up from the Thanatos. Snake's trying to alleviate any pressure he can, but can't find anything. Kraken goes for the stun on the Hachi. Doesn't use his beads, and that's half his health gone, just like that. Yikes.
Yeah, both. I mean, both of those the duo lanes have a lot of pressure. And look over here in solo, and Osiris
here we go.
Osiris things.
Oh, here we go.
Mask.
Yikes. That's a really great start for Going Ghost, and a double stun onto the Kali. Looking at the Merlin, the fear away. Kali is the target. Inori does find the kill onto Bistendi, and now Snick's in a lot of trouble right now. Is he going to find the mobility? I think he got his 3-1 instead of his 2, so he's not going to find anything. He's trying to get towards his team. The fear finds it. He does get a good heal off, but he's going right into the enemy team as well, and Inori finds another kill. 2-0 for the Kali, and oh, man.
That's not what you like to see. That pathing from Thanatos there was a little questionable.
He was there. He had his team on the buy. I think Lucky or Snicks had maybe a miscomm, and they're like, come to me, and
yeah, he probably could have pathed up, to be fair.
Yeah, I think pathing up would have been smarter. And I think Lucky needs to sort of go towards him a little bit just to provide pressure. You don't even need to really do anything. You just need to be there.
Yep.
And as an unfortunate, 3 bloods for Going Ghost is, I don't think that's...
Two on the Kali is not what you like to see.
Yeah, that's a ramp god. Like, that god is going to dictate the match. If she starts dictating the match in the early game, you know that this game is going to get tougher and tougher.
Yeah.
And I think right now that, and now that Sasub has a kill and is providing dominance against Omir, I honestly, like, Osiris is a ginormous lane bully. I think more than Kukulin. And the fact that he finds that first blood is just, it's going to be a testament to how fast his rotations could be against his Gold Fury. And then with the 2 bloods you find on Kali, how fast can they burn these objectives, zone them away, and then just win these team fights altogether? Because we also have to keep in mind that the 2 assists with Morgan Le Fay, that's also not to be understated. I mean, that's really big for Morgan, too. I find that her early struggles a lot, especially her clear.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure when that god actually clears. I think you have to just use 2 to 3 abilities, per wave.
Yeah.
At all parts, it seems. I don't know. But I'm not... The first one out of the Osiris, not really surprising. He kind of is the best mask abuser in the game out of Soul Lane, because of his range poke.
Oh, here we go. This next is looking for something on Sasub. Doesn't use the ult. Here comes the silence.
Osiris is 5, though.
Yeah, Osiris is 5, so this might be a little predicament. The knockup comes out. The amount of damage is good. He's looking for the execute and finds it. Sasub, no ult. I don't know. He just doesn't use it. He decides against it, and just a clean kill, clean gank for Kins with Mittens. Now, can Going Ghost find something on the left side? The answer is yes. Kabrakan walled in, feared away, stunned. Hachi just trying to get as much damage as he can. The Juke Boots come out, upgrade only, uses the ult, does find Izanami in it as well. Izanami very low right now. Looks for a stun on Yamocha, doesn't find it, and the Merlin is starting to rotate, and so is Nyx.
It's a really, really good wall out of there by Spy. This is where you're gonna start to feel the lack of gold spooling that going to Warriors X gives you when you fall behind like this.
Oh, the blink comes out from Thanatos. Yamocha does use the shell. Merlin flickers in and is trying to find enough damage. They will find the burn onto Xbox Lifespy, and another kill goes out for Snicks. Missing, unfortunately, the scythe onto Hachiman, but there's not even any follow-up, even if he did hit it. It's cool that they got the kill, but it's kind of sucks that it enters on Snicks again and not Bestendi. I think Bestendi kind of needs a little bit more farm, but you'll take what you can get as Lucky's trying to find a stun on Morgan Le Fay, but doesn't find it.
I think the kill's more valuable in the Thana, personally. I think it gets him right back into the game, and that's a god, just like Kali escalates into, with first blood escalates into the mid late game faster. Like, if Thanatos can get an item or two online, like he can kind of dictate the pace of the game if that god has a lead. When a scythe hits anyone on the map for half their HP.
That's true. Oh, the blank ult walls come out from the Kabrakan. He's looking for a stun. Morgan Le Fay goes in the ult. The CC immunity is too strong, and unfortunately, they just have Kids with Mins have to let that go as Morgan Le Fay is trying to push up with Kali on their left. The Thanatos ult is coming up. Looking at Morgan Le Fay, does find a stun. Her beats come out. The scythe is good, and Kali trying to maybe looking for a counter engage. Does use the blink, finds the stun onto Snicks, and is doing his best. The Hasten Katana first pick is trying to do her best. She's kind of inting, but the good heal from Thanatos. The ult does come out, finds the kill. Looking at Merlin now, can Kali find it? Merlin's literally one health, but so is Kali, and not going to dive to tier 2 is Izanami on the side, is looking for the ult, does whiff. Izanami dashes in. The Yamocha peel is good. The walls are good. Now Izanami might be in a bad spot themselves. The Hachi's here, and upgrade only finds a kill onto Raymond. Raymond a little too ambitious there.
Yeah, he got a little kill thirsty there. KWM's lucky that Thanatos wasn't Kali's target.
Yeah. Yeah, if that was their target, that would have been oof. That would have been goofy. Because I expect they would have dived tier 1 for that for sure.
Yeah, he might have committed harder to the Merlin.
Yeah. What do you think about this first item Hasten Katana on the Kali?
As opposed to like stone cutting?
Yeah.
I'd probably personally go stone cutting there.
Yeah.
Especially with the 3 quick kills. I think, you can really, really run away with it. But I mean some people like Katana Rush, some people like Stone Cutting Rush, some people even do Chins Rush. I think they're all valid in different scenarios. I think in a game in which you get early kills, I think Stone Cutting does wonders. But
and there is a little bit of some skirmish here. I kind of would like to see the Ichabod maybe out of the
That's
Kali.
true. Right? Yeah, that's true.
The Ichabod might have been kind of crazy against But I think now that she's going Hasten Katana, she's getting chin size after that, which I think is a great sort of pivot into really pushing a lead as Kins with Mins are looking maybe for the Oracles or Gorp. But maybe it's a little bit of a bait to try to bait Xbox Lifespy. And Kabrakan does blink in, looks at the Morgan, finds a good wall. Morgan Le Fay's ult does come out, finding damage onto the Merlin. A big stun from Thanatos, finding 2 people, looking for damage on Morgan Le Fay. The Tremors come out, the shell is good. And now that's the end of that. Osiris and Kukulkan are rotating in. Kukulkan says no, Osiris is still staying. And maybe there's something else that Going Ghost can do against Kins with Mittens, but I think they just let it go. I'm not a big proponent of Shell at all in support, but Xbox Lifespy is a lot of value from the Shell. That's twice in a row that the Shell's found good things as Going Ghost does manage to get the Gorp.
Yeah, I don't like Shell either. I'm with you, but it definitely worked there. I think base Shell's like okay, right? Mm-hmm. It's that upgraded one that's just like leaves a lot to be desired.
A lot of doo-doo.
It's kind of not even worth upgrading. Like,
the Yamocha walls do trap the Kabrakan looking for any CC. Unfortunately, the team's nowhere near and not ready to position because of the zoning from Merlin. And That's unfortunate. I just think Xbox Live Slide needs to maybe communicate it just a little bit better, or his team needs to communicate that they're being zoned there, as there is maybe a small game coming out to sub. The knockup is good. The scythe is good. Osiris in a bad spot. The Thanatos is looking for an execute and finds it immediately. With the red dot scope that is from Snicks on his executes right now is insanely good. As Kali looks to blink in, finds the Kukulin lazy backing, but manages to jump away. But now Kali and Nori in a lot of trouble. The Scythe doing 40% of her health, and the AA cancel after that. And well done by Snicks, as he's 420, very nice, and has all the kills from Kids with Mittens.
Yeah, good. He's really turning around from how the early game went.
I think
now he has a 2-level lead in the Kali.
Yeah, this is very impressive. But there's a yin and a yang to everything. And look at upgrade only, 2 levels ahead of Raymond right now. And I think that's where Going Ghost needs to find a little bit of these maybe these objective plays now. Is that there is still a good gold lead for Going Ghost, and I feel as the game continues to go longer and longer, I think Going Ghost is more favored in these fights as long as they can peel for that backline, because I do think that Kids with Mittens dive is very good, but I also think Going Ghost dive is very good with the Kali and the Osiris.
Yeah, I think Ghost's dive is because Yamoja is one of those rare supports that can initiate without actually having the front line with all the range CC, which makes her quite good. Just a lot of lockdown out of them. Like once this Kukulin rotates and transforms, like they deal with them, I think, pretty nicely as well.
The Yamoja wall blocks out the Kabrak, and a really great Yamoja wall from Xbox Live Spike. Now Lucky in a really bad spot. The Scythe tries to come out, does hit the Kali. He's so low, but the Inoriel does come out. Now Osiris is here. Snicks in a lot of trouble, has the ult away from the Osiris. The Tether deconnects, and that's a good pick from Going Ghost, as I think they're now positioning towards the Gold Fury.
Yeah, this gold should be free.
I without a Yamoja ult, they're looking to bait this.
Yeah, they don't have Thana ult either, though.
This could be a really interesting. Raymond's ult is still up for a potential steal. Kukulin jumps in onto the Kali, gets a 4-man knockup. Osiris is zoning perfectly.
He's gonna get burned.
Yeah, as the Kukulin just dies without anything. Here comes Upgrade Only ult, looking at the Merlin. Does get it, gets a good stun onto that. Upgrade Only finding a great kill on Bastendi, and man, it's just unfortunate. It just seemed like one at a time for Kids with Mittens. They kind of seem like they're not on the same page. I mean, Omir finds a phenomenal 4-man knockup as Lucky is still in the area trying to find anything to maybe steal this away. Raymond still has his ult. He blinks in, looks at the stun. Izanami is here. They try to ult it, doesn't find it, and Going Ghost gets it. Can Going Ghost find anything off it? The answer is no. Low health bars too low, mana too low, and they just get a free gold and 4 kills in exchange.
Yeah, they like you said, they kind of just ran in one after another. Kukulin kind of just inted there, for lack of a better word.
And I think that's both a testament to the lack of communication come from Kids with Mittens, and then the great positioning from Sub, trusting that he can zone out 3 people and he can really do damage to Kids with Mittens.
Yeah,
go ahead. Sorry.
No, I think KWM probably should have just sacked that gold.
Mm-hmm.
The minute Lucky was picked and Thanatos' ult was forced out, it's either the only way that fight goes better is if they initiate with Izanami follow up off of a Kukulin ult, but he went a little too deep by himself, got burned.
Yeah. And unfortunately, Snicks, you just can't do that. You're the only person on your team that is sort of that is really important right now, and you cannot do that. You're way too influential in these team fights to be sort of trolling like that, especially if you miss the ult. I mean, even if you hit the ult, Inori did hit the 4 before the ult hit, so wouldn't have even killed us. Unfortunately, Snicks needs to realize his place that, okay, I need to take calculated risk, and I need to make sure that my team is all around me.
Mm-hmm.
As Inori is now so far ahead, now getting the oboe after the chin size. I mean, this Kali is getting scary very fast.
Yeah, and I mean, a minute ago, Snicks was a level 11, Kali was a 9. Look how it swapped.
Yeah, and the two level lead.
The jungle deficit's been like flip flopping all game.
Yeah, and the 2 level lead in the ADC is still the same as Osiris, just doing solo laner things. Kali might be in a bad position as Cabrakan and Merlin are rotating, but look right behind them as the Yemoja and the Morgan Le Fay. That double stun into all this damage. I mean, just look at that. Sub goes down to Sub kills Bastendi. Now Cabrakan in a lot of trouble. Snicks now in a lot of trouble as well. Kali jumps in. The amount of damage that their backline is doing. Oh my god. As a clean pick for going Ghost as they find 3 people just lurking as Forp goes down. Unfortunately, if Forp wasn't down, I mean, they could just easily get a Pyromancer. As, again, I just think Kittens with Mittens not on the same page right now, and Going Ghost kind of running the game.
I think they're lucky that it wasn't down.
Yeah, they're very lucky. And man, it's just so unfortunate because I think that when Snicks Snicks kind of fumbled the bag a little bit, but not to his own fault. I mean, I haven't seen Bastendi do much in these team fights. I mean, 4th lowest on the player damage charts. He can't really do much. He can't free cast because Colling's just on him. He can't every time he tries to go in these team fights, he just absolutely gets caught up by Xbox Live Spy's excellent Yemoja wells or the Yemoja 3s.
Mm-hmm.
And
there's a good level XP lead across the board on the side of Going Ghost right now.
Yeah. Look at this. This is 15 minutes in the game and already
7K gold lead at 15 minutes is pretty demoralizing. That's
pretty tough. But Going Ghost looking to continue their streak of wins right now, and I mean, man, it's tough for Kittens with Mins to come back, but I don't think it is impossible. I do think they just need to find some picks onto this Morgan Le Fay, and unfortunately, the way Inori is playing right now, I don't think there's any possibility that you can kill them. So you have to play around her and look for people that are not around her. This might be a good situation as Inori is at the backhands, but groups up with the Morgan Le Fay. Yemoja looking for NECC, does find the Thanatos in the 3, but unfortunately goes away. Kali jumping in, looking for something, but not finding anything. Cabrakan looking for a stun onto Yemoja. Lucky in a bad spot right now, but doesn't find anything from it. As the Osiris and Morgan and Yemoja are all just zoning away for the Pyromancer to be taken down. Now here comes Osiris looking for something. If you look on the left, we have Raymond split pushing as well. ADC bot in the left lane. And, this is just...
It's what they need, though.
Yeah, it is what they need, as there's a skirmish for the Osiris right now against this Cabrakan. The Yemoja trying to speed up his can. The good wall comes up from the Yemoja as blocking this Cabrakan in, as Cabrakan seems to be going down by Sub. And now Kakolin might be in a bad spot as well. Snicks does go on the ult, goes on to Hachiman, but nothing comes out of it. The Yemoja healing is too good. Inori does find a kill. Upgrade only goes down. Inori with the double, looking at Omir. And now, who's in trouble? Well, it's Bastendi, of course.
Ray's pushing Bird?
Yeah, now Ray is pushing Bird as they're diving Phoenix, but this might be a bit of a misplay from Going Ghost. I mean, they're letting this Izanami get so far ahead. Can she find the Phoenix, though, as 2 people are going in? I think she sacrifices herself to try to get this.
I think she gets this, too.
She does get it.
And body block Iza autos.
Wow. As Morgan Le Fay smells Izanami. And as Raymond tries his best to get out, and unfortunately is going to go down here, doing a little damage to Morgan Le Fay.
I think that was a great call by KWM. I think backing for that Bird was super troll. I think they should have did fire.
I agree.
Because you could push that way. Like, I mean, they lost it regardless, right? Like, it's easy to say now, but I think you lose that Bird. Like, you identify, like, hey, like, we kind of got caught. We're gonna let's get this FG. Let's push up with it. We can get these towers down. We can push up that fire wave. We'll get that Bird up by the time next FG spawns, and then we'll be in a much bigger position because we'll expand our lead a little bit. But backing there and losing it anyway.
Yeah.
I don't like that call.
I mean, the gold disparity is still bad, but at least Kittens with Mins have a route for Raymond to get in these fights. And there's a little bit of pressure for Going Ghost to now have to clear these lefts so that Titan doesn't take too much damage. Now Raymond this is an opportunity for Kittens with Mittens to get in. Raymond is now able to rotate out of this lane and find something. Kabrakin out of position right now, getting walled off by the Yamoja, doing as much as he can. Is
He's trapped
Bistendi.
again.
Yeah, but again, Xbox Slash by kind of diffing Lucky right now in these walls. Snix does go into the ult and unfortunately finds nothing from it as sub, he was thinking about it. As Kali does not find Thanatos, and this is a free Oni Fury, maybe for we're going Ghost for Kids with mid and steal it with the Izanamio as Merlin is finding a lot of trouble in mid. Sub goes down. Ratzer finds Raymond finally. Now with Cyrus in a lot of trouble as well. The Psych does miss. The Blink comes out.
Oh.
The Tethers are doing a lot of TC immunity, but the whole squad is rolling in against the Kukulin. He's gonna turn this. Yeah, he is. And Kukulin now in a lot of trouble as well. This is Kali's target. Morgan Le Fay does use the Aegis against the 10% Thanatos is now. Thanatos running as fast as he can, but Morgan Radzer does find the kill onto Snix, and now Oni waves are pushing. Oni fires in left, but I mean, good job by Raymond to steal the fire. But again, sort of a split engagement right now as Fire Giant is going down. Can Lucky do anything about this?
He's the way this game's going though, like he just kind of just needs a phantom. Like I don't know, sometimes you just need a selfish phantom because he's the one getting locked in. Like they've identified that he's kind of just an easy pick.
Yeah.
Right. And like if he buys phantom just to get himself out of Yamoja ult, it's probably worth. Yeah. Doesn't even matter because at least you live to survive the engagement. Like they're committing a lot to him, but he opts for the Ankh, which I think is fine. But the way this game's progressing, you're not really getting much value out of this Blink. But you kind of need Blink on Kabrakins. It's just a tough spot to be in. It's kind of you pick your poison.
It's tough because
shut down the healing, or you kind of sack your life. He just needs to be careful. I mean, he just needs to be careful with his positioning. Honestly, like this is like the third or fourth time they've done that.
Yeah,
but
it's tough because like I agree with the Cursed On call for sure because I think Cursed On kind of does do a lot of work against the Yamoja, but unfortunately, I don't really agree with the Blink call. Although Blink is very good on Kabrakin, I think it's very good in a Kabrakin solo or Kabrakin jungle. But on a support, on such an aggressive support, you are looking to die.
Yeah, I mean the Blink's just not working out. But the pickup's fine. Like if they were able to push a lead with it, we wouldn't really be complaining about the Blink because he might not even die in these Yamoja ults if he's initiating and he's ahead. Yeah, it's just that now that you're behind and you have no Phantom, it's a big feels bad.
Yeah, and now just look at these starter items for Going Ghost. I mean, you now have the Sacrificial Shroud, you have the Hunters, I forget what the Hunter one is called, and then you have the Mannequin's Hidden Blade. This is a big boon. Hunter's Cowl, thank you. This is a big boon for Going Ghost. I mean, now not only is the gold lead so apparent, but this is really bad. The Curse Down comes out. Kabrakin gets walled in again. Kukulin trying to get in. A 4-man knockup. Morgan Le Fay is low. A big ult from Thanatos. A big ult from Raymond as Radzor does go down. The Nora does find a kill into Lucky. Hachiman trying to turn around. Kukulin doing as much work as he can, but look at this Kali rampaging in the back, going against the Izanami. Merlin, she is a little low. Sub does find another kill. And oh my, look at her melting away this Merlin. Xbox Live Spy does find it against Bistendi, and Kali lives.
That's a big game.
That is game. A great fight from Lucky and Omir turns into an unfortunate happening from Sub and Inori. I mean, these two are rampaging through as Inori is trying to find the last kill on the Izanami. Izanami doing her best to keep as much as she can, but unfortunately just not doing enough, and that's a big dub for Going Ghost.
Yeah, I like that. I liked how the engage started with KWM, but it went too early. The bird wasn't even under siege yet, and they just kind of, they just kind of went for it, like out of the Phoenix. You gotta fight in the bird. You're down, you're down like 12K before that fight happens, and the other team has fire. You gotta fight in your bird. That's just simple smite. I don't. I think it's safe to say the Warriors axe, not it.
Yep.
Like I said, I'm pretty sure PBM did it on a bet, and he's just better than everybody.
Yeah, I have to agree. I don't really think that Lucky played
He had like
Well,
2.5 items for how long was that game?
uh,
You had
uh,
Thieves, Genjis, and like half a physical defense.
yeah, I think it was 25,
Yeah,
26 minutes.
like
I just unfortunately that's kind of that's just it's really unfortunate because I
like
did like I
from
did like
behind
the
it's from
draft.
behind is rough, man.
Yeah, I did like the draft, but I found that if you're pressuring out duo with the Kabrakin and Izanami, you have to find a sort of a lot of early pressure, especially when you pick Izanami because Izanami is a
Well,
big pressure pick.
they they both had pressure early to an extent. It's unfortunate the mid 2v2 at Gold Fury pit, and then Thanatos kind of walked over and just you know gave the dual lane an assist.
Yeah,
So they were behind from there. Not that it was anything crazy, but they had pressure to start. There
yeah.
there were some nice trades. Um, it was just unfortunate how the game went. The jungle was interesting though, because Kali had a massive lead, then it flip flopped to Thana, then back to Kali, back to Thana. Um,
And then once Kali kind of what I think what really separated was the fact that Snicks tried that ult where Snicks tried to kill the Nori by themselves and missed the ult, Inori ults, and then they die. That just kind of unraveled the game in the jungle a little bit for me.
yeah.
Unfortunately, it's that one play. And what do you think now that we're moving on to game two? Uh where do you think Kittens with Mittens are going to adapt to it? I think you have to take away this emoji. I mean, Xbox Live Spy. Holy god, man. What a gamer. What an
Yeah,
Xbox gamer, man.
yeah, well, he's actually PS4, but
Oh my bad. What the
yeah, that
okay.
I think that's the joke. There's a we talked about it before. The whole P and Bs. I think they should have just banned it, like
Yep.
top, honestly. Um, and now we're gonna see what side Kittens choose here, because I think loser does get this. Snooze is awake. Oh, big. But we're gonna see what side they take in the draft, because losing team does get the choice.
I think you have to take away this Umoja. I think that it is a possibility to think about taking away this Kali. I mean, we see teams against Ice Age, they banned Kali first round. I don't see why you wouldn't give the same respect to Inori, who completely ran through that game.
Um, you could. I mean, I'm not sold on a Kali ban personally. I think that was just a little bit of snowball. I think if they just played the early game safer and didn't get picked at the Oracles, they would have had a much better shot. I definitely think the emoji should be tossed out though.
Because
I
we
think
have a
that I think the Kali issue was more of a how the game was played, not necessarily how the god performed.
yeah.
He played it well, but I mean, he had a couple sus jump ins. Um, that if he wasn't so far ahead because of the start, he dies.
I think right now we need to have a test on Xbox Live Spy. Like,
Oh, make
yes,
him
you
play
put
something else.
yeah, exactly
Yeah,
that. Like
yeah.
you play a great Yamoja, you have a good Cthulhu support. What else can you play? Because right now we in this league we haven't seen much other than those two. We've seen Yamoja and we've seen Cthulhu. What
Mm.
else can he play, and can he play it to that same level? Because I would like to see if he can play Yamoja like this. I would love to see him play Emir. I think Emir and Yamoja complement each other really well with the walls, displacement gods. Because that's what I feel like Xbox Live Spy is really doing to this team. He's just displacing enemies. So how is Xbox going to adapt? Hopefully, with the Kittens with Mittens ban onto the Umoja. That's I think is going to be the big question in the second
Yeah,
set.
I'm interested to see what they. I mean, that's if it gets banned, right? We're talking, you know, we don't know. Like they might just let it through again.
Yeah, I
I
think I
what
think it'd
what
be
what we
chilling.
think and what they think are two entirely different things. They might not think the emoji was that big of an issue.
Yeah,
I would tend to disagree, but
yeah.
you know,
You have two support mains in this
I
sharing this
I
game.
yeah, but identifying like how you lose games is a big part of
Yeah.
adapting through a set, right? Like just because a god plays well,
Hmm.
um, like I don't know, it might not just be the pick. It's like I said before, it's how they played the game. Like how they rotated, how they engaged fights, how they disengaged. I think the Emoja as a whole, like if he gets Phantom that game, it might be an entirely different thing because they were just blowing Emoja ult on the Kabrakan.
Yep.
But I think the healing was too much. Like a couple fights, just because Snicks would land as to execute someone, and they would Aegis and then heal back up to full, and then he would just get turned on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think there is a large responsibility onto Lucky to position better with his team because he was caught out a lot with no really big backup that they could give. And I am curious if mid is going to adapt as well because I wonder how that game would have turned is instead of a Merlin, they pick a Baba, for instance. Because I think that while the Merlin did some things, I found that it was really quiet throughout the whole match.
Yeah, but Kali does pretty well into Baba, being able to cancel her dash.
Yeah.
And like quite frankly, you just kill her and ult. Like if you have ult and she gets in the house, you screw it.
Yeah. Fair enough. I just I don't know, like I don't know how I hope that Kinsman Mins is really thinking about shutting down Xbox Live Spy and they're changing priority away from some of Inora's gods. As we do get a game 2, Kinsman Mins is looking for the first pick, so I think that's already a good adaptation as they already banned the Odin to start.
Yeah. So this leaves them the option to, I mean, they don't even have to ban it anymore. They can take it if they choose.
As well, I just want to inform you all that there is an adaptation in the roster as well. Snooze has luckily woken up, so now he is the solo. He will be going into solo, Almir into jungle, and Snicks mid.
There's a joke in there somewhere.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah, somewhere in there, Snooze has stopped snoozing.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not clever. So this is I believe this is the full Kinsman Mins roster. So yeah. they are finally assembled.
Yes.
So let's see how Snooze is a very talented player, very good in the solo. Some really weird picks like the Ardio solo.
He's their best player.
You think so?
Absolutely.
I think Snicks is really good. I think Snicks is kind of a fragger.
No, you're right. I'm just saying I think Snooze is their best player. I just think that's what it is. Like last week, he kind of proved it.
But as we see the game, there's no Tia bans yet. There's no Yamoja bans yet. There's no Lefay bans. The Tia ban comes out with Kinsman Mittens. I think that just proves that maybe Snicks is not comfortable on Tia for you first banning it.
Or they're just looking for the Yem.
Or why don't just ban Yem and then take Tia?
That's true.
You know?
But then the other team probably bans Tia.
And then there's the Yamoja from Lucky. I think this is a really great adaptation. This now Xbox Live Spy has to go into his pocket and see what he can find.
Yeah.
But Lefay is still open for Radzer, and he performed extremely well on it last game.
Yeah, but now you gotta pick it into the Yem.
Osiris. Yeah, as the Osiris does get locked in, which is very good against Yamoja, considering all the Merlin. Considering that you can just walk through the ult, and the Merlin gets picked up for Radzer, which is I think very interesting. I was not expecting a Merlin to be third pick like this.
They could have potentially waited for it, but they there's a lot of good mids up. I don't think they go Morgan there though. I don't think you actively try and pick that god into a god that can trap you as well as Yamoja can. The Merlin picks a little early.
Rat hover.
But he's played well on Radzer's played well on Merlin before. The games he has played.
And this is interesting because you would automatically assume that this might go to jungle, but this might be a Snooze god to play in the solo lane because Snooze has a lot of really interesting picks.
No, this is 100% jungle rat.
You think so?
100%.
Really?
100%, yeah.
I don't know. Snooze has done some goofy stuff, and then the Raijin pick for Kinsman Mittens in the mid lane. I like the Raijin a lot. I think Raijin is super good. I think it follows up into Yamoja really well. And I really like the Rat pick too. I think the global pressure that Rat gives is very understated I think,
Mhm.
and it shreds really well too. It's gonna shred the Osiris very quickly.
Yeah.
I like the sort of like position that Kingswood Mins have done. So now how are going Ghosts to respond? I think that they pick up. I think they pick up a support here, just to keep the ambiguity of the Osiris sort of locked, whether it's going to be in solo or jungle. They might also pick up an ADC. I think Rom is decent here, for upgrade only, but I know upgrade also really likes playing on her as well. So let's see how this is.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of their pick of the litter with
Yeah.
supports, other than Yum. If there's something that they value pretty highly, I think this is definitely the spot to take it.
Apollo.
The
But they're gonna opt for
Apollo.
the Apollo.
The Apollo. I don't know how I feel about the Apollo. I really like the Apollo pick here. I don't really think it does really well into the Yemoja wall or the Yemoja CC.
Yeah. I mean, I think they just wanted something with a global to match the rat potentially.
Yeah, I think that's a slippery slope though. Global for global, because you're already going to, if you, so let's say rat globals into a team fight and then
Mhm.
Apollo responds, you're already losing the fight because rat gets the global first.
Mhm.
Then Apollo has to come in way later, and the fight is already started. The fight is already there. It's usually very unlikely that it's going to impact the way that the first global goes off. So I am definitely interested to see this regard who's going to ult first. So I hope Kins with Mittens don't fall into that fallacy of global for global and pick up a bog here, because I do think that there is a fallacy between these two. And I like the bans a lot from from Going Ghost as they have the Horus for
The-
live spy.
Look at the Snardio ban.
The Snark.
The Snardio.
Wow. Big. The Cupid insta lock for Raymond. I like the Cupid a lot into Apollo. I think it's actually not a terrible matchup. And then the Herc hover.
Yeah, I was kind of on board with this Horus pick until they picked Cupid. That's tough.
Yeah, that is tough. The Herc hover.
I mean, Ghost looks like they're going to be playing a similar style. They're going to look to pick. Maybe it's Lucky if he doesn't opt for beads with the early aggression out of the Horus. Kind of the same concept as Yemoja. See if you can find someone. Like lock them in place.
And yeah, and the kind of the same again for Inori with like a very hyper carry in the set. But
bro. When's the last time we saw a set? It's been a minute.
I don't know.
I don't think set dives that team well at all. I do not like that pick.
Because like look at the amount of sustain that Kids with Mins have.
Yeah,
with the Emoji Heal, the Guan Heal.
Yeah.
I think
not a fan of that one.
I think that I think if these team fights go as I think they are, what's gonna happen is that Going Ghost commits everything. Kins with Mittens try their best to disengage, heal everything up, counter engage, and win the fight. That's how I think Kins with Mittens drafted this.
Absolutely. I like the KWM draft much better.
The only way that the responsibility of Going Ghost victory is on Sub here with his Lord of the Afterlife. This is a big responsibility on the Osiris right now, because not only does that Lord of the Afterlife give 100% anti-heal, if you can dive against this Yemoja and you can dive against this Cupid and prevent that healing from going off, I think that Going Ghost has a very clean time to win. But it is a very high execution that Going Ghost has to do here.
Yeah, and it's kind of tough for them because if Horus engages, like I said before, they kind of want to play around like getting a pick on somebody, like whoever's beads are down, or just quite frankly doesn't have beads. But if Horus goes in to do that, KWM has a really good answer for it with the Cupid ult.
Yeah,
but not allowing him to fly back to his teammates and disengage. I don't know. I think their draft has pretty much everything. They have poke, they have sustain, they have engage, they have counter engage, they have global pressure. They like KWM draft is really really good here.
A little pivot for what we thought. So Sub is not playing the Osiris; is playing the Set solo, which I actually like more, considering I think that Osiris has a lot of pressure to go on right now, and I think that you could pressure more as a Osiris jungle than you can as a Osiris solo.
I think I like this better as well, because I don't think the set going full damage out of the jungle would be able to.
Yeah.
Would be able to survive.
Yep. And Lucky does decide to get the Watcher's Gift or Sentinel's Gift, or I forget what it's called. I
You're
call
right.
it.
It's Sentinels.
Oh, thank God.
It was all. It was all. It used to be Watchers.
Okay. I'm a boomer.
Long time ago.
I'm a boomer. But I like this pivot again for Lucky. I'm curious to see that. I think there is some discussion for Horus. Like, do you get a more aggressive starter? I kind of like getting Warflag with him. Because I think that being very aggressive with Horus is really, really valuable. But again, I do think that this comp from Going Ghost would benefit a lot from this Watcher's Gift.
Yeah.
And
But you just can't go wrong with it. Like it.
Yeah. What do you think about the Tainted Steel for sub here?
I do like it. I think they need. I mean, they're gonna need a bunch of anti-heal, right?
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted. Going Ghost is gonna need anti-heal on virtually everybody.
This is big. This might be big for Kids with Mins, but unfortunately does not hit level 2. Uses the Heart Bomb on Xbox instead of the Wave, as Horus is a little low, but he still has 3 potions remaining, so he's really not sweating that hard. There could be some aggression since they haven't hit level 2 yet. Horus does find the stun onto Cupid. Cupid does tick over to 2. A stun comes out, stuns both Horus and Apollo. Yamoja looking for something. Apollo hidden behind that minion wave where there's 3 minions, and they're just going to look to invade the Harpy. Or not, as they continue to pressure out dual lane.
Mid camps were pulled, then dropped. That's kind of just the pressure that Osiris brings. I think they knew that he was right behind him. They were about to get pinched.
My bad. I just lagged out for a second. As I guess it's everything sort of goes back to parity. Horus looking for a stun on Yamoja, slows both of them, but doesn't find anything from it. And yeah, this is sort of parity. Guan, you're looking for the steal and right, and he's gonna get it. This is kind of just a quiet game right now for both of them. Very even, not really finding anything. I think that the Osiris jungle does match the pressure that Raijin gives in the early, so I think it's difficult for Raijin to pressure out in the early game against Osiris. So I really like the fact that they drafted Osiris jungle instead of Osiris solo.
Yeah, the only downside is it's going to leave your front line a little weak. Because now your second most tanky character is probably going to be this assassin.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to fit them better than putting the set in jungle, like I said before.
It looks like Snooze does find Honori in the jungle. His set is also looking to pressure, but nothing comes out of it. Here comes Omir looking on the side, maybe calling for a blue buff invade. But look at Omir being really intelligent, saying, okay, well, they're going for blue. I might as well go for speed. But Honori sniffs this out, and I think Honori wins this trade against Omir if this happens to be, but nothing comes out of it. The blue is taken and secured by Going Ghost, as now sub has to teleport away. And really great idea. I think really good idea from Kids with Mins. I think it's a really smart idea, but unfortunately it just doesn't come the way it is.
Yeah, and Nori secured his speed as well if you missed it.
Oh, nice. So yeah, I like what Kids with Mins are doing. I like the adaptations that they're going through right now, but unfortunately just nothing is coming out of it. Also, Kids with Mins, you have free wards. Please place them. Look at all these vision shards that are on cooldown. Oh, here we go. Kids with Mins is looking for something on a Nori right now. The Nori goes down.
I don't know what he was doing there. I mean, invading red, sure, but by himself.
Yeah, I don't know. He finds the red buff, but definitely not worth.
Not worth. Not worth.
Like, what are you?
Not worth.
Kind of, what are you doing? Kind of moment there.
That's one of those moments. If you're Radzer, you just look at your jungle. You're like, bro, come on. You gave that guy. You gave my mid the first blood.
I was kind of weird, but I think Lucky is already looking way better. I mean, just think about the situation last game in the early game where their jungler was in a bad spot and Lucky didn't come. This time he actually does come. He positions the fight, and I think even though it is a secure kill, it's just nice to see him be in the fights there.
Yeah.
And it's sort of a now it's just kind of remain in parity. Kinsman's sitting on a nice, comfortable 600 to 700 gold lead, and I think now Kinsman's their Regent might be in a little bit of trouble. Horse going in, but unfortunately, just Nyx, just chewing his time, taking a little poke. That's it. As Omir maybe positioning towards a blue invade, but I think Going Ghost sniffs us out. Horus is around, maybe looking for a stun. Unfortunately, misses stun, misses the knockup, gets the slow, slows him again with the Merlin one, the Frostbite, and unfortunately that's that. I think if an Xbox Live Spy hits a stun or a knockup, that you could have forced the beads, but
Yeah,
just unfortunate.
absolutely. He needs to back for his thieves, though.
Yeah, he does.
I think he probably has enough gold in hand.
I think he's just looking to pressure out these mids, maybe get one more mid wave and then dip, but he's looking to pressure out this Emoja right now and nothing comes out of it. I mean, I don't know. It's just calming. It's like these little skirmishes, but no one's really committing much. I think it's because the junglers just aren't around to really provide big CC.
Yeah.
And I think what's interesting about Going Ghost's comp is look at the lack of CC that they have. I mean, sub can barely provide CC. I mean, a slow. Inori with a stun that's not guaranteed. You have Radzer with a knockback and more slows, and then Xbox Live Spy, he has his CC, and then Apollo not much again. The lack of CC from Going Ghost may hurt them later on into the game.
Yeah, their initiation's a little telegraphed with the Horus, but the faster they get out of laning phase and group up though, and play around this Horus ult, maybe invade buffs with it, or look for picks, they'll be in a potentially in a good spot. I'm just worried to see if they build anti-heal, because I think they need just more than Tainted.
Yeah, I completely agree. There might be some sort of contest coming out for these left mids, as Osiris does get a lot of damage on Omir, looks for the tether and just dashes away, and nothing comes of that. The tension between these teams is almost palpable. You can feel. I feel like they really want to start a fight, but they just haven't found the advantage state that they want yet.
Yeah, they're kind of playing a little safe. Both sides, kind of.
Yeah.
They're poking. They're not overcommitting.
This is an Osiris. This is a Horus ult, and
he's gonna up down.
Yeah, he's gonna just up down from it, as Merlin is so low in the back. Ults in, gets the kill into Radzer, and now Raijin really low, going aggressively, does find the stun. He uses his beast. Apollo ult is coming now. Upgrade only misses the ult, but Osiris is here to clean up, and Nori gets the kill into Snicks. Yamocha trying to run away. Now Raymond's on the side. Cupid takes a lot of damage here. Good mess to stop them all, and that's the end of that.
So Horus ulted over to defend blue when it wasn't needed. So I think that was a miscommunication there. And then, I mean, they just collapsed on Radzer when they saw that he was alone. Early game Merlin's not going to do much.
Oh,
they were.
A good Lord of the Afterlife on the Cupid. The Cupid is now forced away. Does find a heart bomb, and it does get the stun onto it. Now Inori in a lot of trouble. A good turn from Raymond to find the heart bomb, and Rat secures that as well as they secure their red buff. I think a little ambitious from Going Ghost to try to find that red buff, but I like the idea. As Guan Yu now goes into his cavalry charge, trying to find a set. The beads do come out. Sets really low. Finds a solo kill on Snooze. Solo sub. Oof. You hate to see it.
Yeah, that was a good play there.
That's tough, man. That's tough. And now Gorp goes down, and Going Ghost, kind of, man, it's tough because it seemed like everything was sort of quieting down, and then Kinsman's everything's going right now. They secure the red. They kill Inori. They find a solo kill, and I really want Kinsman's now. Not that they have a small advantage, and now that they're in advantage state, I want them to push the lead a little bit, as there might be a little action in ADC, but ADCs, again, are the most cowardice players in this game, so they won't fight each other.
Well, Going Ghost needs to be careful, because this comp, right, with all this healing, is now getting a lead. It's going to be very hard to deal with.
Yeah. And look at the lack of anti-healing that's coming out from Going Ghost. I mean, I always believe that I think Russian Contagion as a support after your Thieves is not terrible.
I'd
And
rather go Contagion out of Pest. Like I say it all the time. If you're gonna get an aura item,
yeah,
I mean, I think he should probably go Ankh. Although oh man, he might need bees late game too. Though it's gonna be tough. But
yeah,
yeah, Contagion's definitely the way to go
I
over
think
Pesty.
Contagion's the wave, and now Rajan's in a bad spot. Does Thunderclap away, and now the ult is forced out from the Rat. They're looking for an engagement on the Merlin. The Merlin flickers away. Rat ults nothing, and now there's a little bit of damage as it's sort of disengaging the fight. Nope, Set's coming in and looking for something. Raymond might be in a lot of trouble right now. The Set's inting Raymond. A good stun onto him as the Yamoja walls do go down, trying to force Going Ghost to disengage. But Yamoja might be in a bit of trouble. Cancel that. The Apollo comes in. Osiris now in a lot of trouble. Omier does find the first kill of the engagement onto Inori. Raymond finds the second onto Sasab. Kids with Mittens kind of running with this. Now here comes the Snooze out looking for upgrade only. Is he going to find it? The answer is yes. Raymond with the double kill into Xbox Live Spy, and this is what we were talking about. This is it. Those prolonged engagements. A great ult from Lucky from the Yamoja ult. At first, it didn't seem like it's doing a lot, but the chaos that it provides, and unfortunately, this is the longer these team fights are, the better it is for Kins with Mittens.
Yeah, he literally just finished his Thieves too, like right before that fight, and they tried to commit to him, and he was just too tanky. He was able to get out. They used a ton of abilities on him. Yeah. And then Raymond and the boys are able to turn.
Yeah, good by Raymond as well. I mean, Raymond's heart bombs have been just like perfect. Like everyone has been hitting so far, and every single one of them has been a stun, which I think it's a little micromanagement from Cupid, but really well done by Raymond. Definitely not holding the number 10 spot in continuing this game.
Merlin's not going into Divine early either.
Is that a soul gem, you think?
Yeah, most likely.
I don't know.
I'm not liking these builds.
Yeah,
the game's gonna start getting away from them here in a little bit.
And look at Lucky just building the Lotus Crown.
Can we get healing stats for a second? I want to see what they're at.
Yeah. Oh my. I mean, Snooze has barely done any healing, but I mean.
Yeah, man. Snooze. Come on, 85.
85. What are you healing?
Raymond has a fat 0 on Cupid.
Oh my! Oh, actually, what? How? How do you actually have that in 12 minutes?
He's probably not leveling his hearts.
But like, put down one heart. Put down one heart, bro. What is that? Okay, maybe you are at number 10. Never mind. But the more this goes on, the more dangerous this emoji is going to be. I mean, finishing the Lotus Crown, and Lotus Crown is such a good item. So good, and
item's broken.
Yeah, it actually legitimately.
It's so cheap.
It's actually broken.
Well, it's 2050, I believe. It's so cheap.
Yeah, it's actually broken. Like Yamoja and Terra, it's actually insane. As we do have a pause coming in. Yeah, you said it best. Going Ghost's build. I feel like they're just ignoring the problem at hand.
Once the healing really gets online. Out of these characters, like once Lucky starts leveling the 2 and Cupid Hearts get some levels and same with Guan heal, like I don't know, if they don't have any anti at that point, it's gonna be near impossible.
And there is no innate anti-heal for Going Ghost besides the Lord of the Afterlife, but Inori kind of having a bit of a quiet game right now. I mean, I think both junglers are actually kind of having a little bit quiet, but Omir's presence in these ultimates are felt more.
His re-engages have been nice.
Yeah. So I think that now Kittens with Mittens, they really need to start snowballing the sleep. They need to look for Forp, first of all. And I really think they need to start pressuring out Going Ghosts in these corridors, maybe where top left is where red is. Finding these little small engagements and winning them with the Yamoja ult is going to be huge for carrying out the sleep, getting pyros, getting tier 1s, getting tier 2s.
Absolutely. Horus is going, I believe that's Relic Dagger or Wingblade.
I think it's Relic Dagger.
I don't mind that if he goes on second.
Yeah, I don't mind it either. Here we go. The Horus is blinking in, but the Rajan taunts away and does as much damage as he can to the Horus. And that's kind of the end of that engagement, unfortunately. right after the pause, and now Kittens with Mittens going for the 4. I really like this call, trying to snowball as much as you can. Xbox Live Spy looking to maybe fight Raymond or look for some sort of gank, and has not walked over a ward right now. Horus does come into contact with Cupid, and they just kind of back each other away. As of course we see the beautiful scenery, beautiful, nice little thing we got there. Horus kind of out of position right now. Does knock up the Yamocha. Yamocha does not commit the ult, and I think she maybe could have committed the ult, but Horus very tanky, so I also get it too.
One thing I will say is that I don't think they've used Horus ult once yet, like effectively.
Yeah, I agree.
He might have only ulted one time, and that was like when he walked halfway to blue and then came back.
Yeah.
I don't think he's ulted since then.
I think that's the problem with like these big globals and these sort of teams, is that if you don't have the communication to use these globals, then globals are useless. Especially for Horus, because I remember in Nightly Koalas, in a Nightly Koala set, I picked Horus and I was absolutely useless because I didn't have the communication to tell my teammates when I was ulting. Yeah. So it is really unfortunate. There is a little bit of engagement on Snooze, but Snooze with the cavalry charge, he should be just fine. A slow comes out on him as Inori is looking to int him, but just decides to go away from it. Maybe Xbox Live Spy might be opting for a Witchblade, but I don't know. I really want to see anti-heal. I really hope he scales into anti-heal next, and I think
I want to see someone get anti-heal.
Yeah, I really, really do, because at this point it's getting bad. It's gonna start getting really bad. The gold is starting to look up. Here comes the oracles have spawned, and here comes a small little engagement. Yamocha is there. Osiris doing the green, and Rat is around. Kinswoodmans do secure it. Cupid is around, maybe looking for something. Horus backing there. There is a 4-man rotation towards it. Yamocha not looking for anything. Raijin, man, it's just really slow pace set right now. Just calm, calculated, just trying not to take any unnecessary risk as Kinswoodmans.
Yeah, I think Ghost is actively trying to like slow the pace down a little bit. See if they can get some of their items online.
I think once Lucky hits 12 and gets that second relic, we really need to start seeing fights. Because once Xbox Live Spy gets that Ankh, hopefully he buys the Ankh up, and he is looking towards getting that contagion. I think
Wing Blade. Okay.
I think that
not bad for Cupid ult.
No, I don't.
If he's worried about himself getting out.
Yeah, there is a lot of ways to proc that Wing Blade. Guan Yu 2, the Yamocha bubble, the Yamocha 3. So
yeah, but
I like it.
Well, he's buying it for the Cupid ult.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, because if he like we said before, if he engages and he gets the ult dropped on him, like he's dead. Like
yeah.
But now he's able to walk out. The problem is, it's what you said. They have a lot of ways to proc it. So I don't know how much value you get out of it here.
Yeah, I completely agree. As there is a rotation towards this Gold Fury. Kinswood Mittens is kind of listening to us and gets the upgraded Ankh onto Yamocha for Inori, and Snooze just trying to do his best to peel away. He might be in a little bit of trouble now, really overextending. Omir does get the slow onto him. Guan Yu out there. Merlin Horus is ulting. Kinswood just securely gets it, and now here comes Xbox Live Spy with the ult. No one follows him. Set does go in the back looking for Yamocha. The blink comes out from Horus. Finds a knock up on Yamocha. There is a big stun. The Ankh comes out. Now Set is in a lot of trouble. The Shred is coming out. Healing, but you're healing a Set that's going to take way more damage. Rat is ulting. Now here comes Raymond with a kill onto Radzer in mid, and now Raijin is trying to ult. The Rat ult comes out, looking at the Set. The Set is definitely dead, and Snooze secures the kill. Another dash in from the Raijin as they're looking for this Horus. They don't find any CC from it. Omir inting right now. Upgrade only finds the kill with the stun, and Omir getting a little ambitious.
That's tough there, Rat. That's tough there.
That's a little ambitious from Kinswood Mittens, but at the end of the day, it is a misplay, but it's still a 2-for-1 for gold. Now they're looking for Pyromancer. Again, this sustain is coming up super clutch. super clutch for Kins with Mins, but now Going Ghost is, I think, maybe posturing towards maybe stealing this pyro, but this might be a really bad fight for Going Ghost. Heart Bomb is coming out. It is a stun onto the Horus. The Horus does manage to get out. Raijin is the only one still on it, as Cupid is literally just vibing. Oni waves are pushing up in right and left. That left tower should go down as Pyromancer also goes down. Kins with Mittens is just providing Going Ghost with a little bit of whiplash right now, whipping their neck towards the Gold Fury, losing that, whipping their neck towards Pyro, losing that, then losing left tower. Now they're pressuring out right tower. This is just, I think the objective play from Kids with Mins is like, it's like almost completely reversed what we saw last game.
Yeah, I mean, they have people in their more comfortable roles too. Like, don't forget that they had a 3-man role swap, but they're definitely playing way better. I think we're finally going to see a contagion out of the Horus and a divine out of the Merlin. Cross my fingers.
Yeah. Is it too late?
No, I mean they're 5K down. It's not where you want to be, but
it's tough. I mean, Lucky picks up the Curse Donk upgraded. I really like it. I think it's really smart.
Yeah, the good thing is that their jungle is up 2 levels, and
that could have been a tragedy for Going Ghost that they lost Xbox Live Spy, but you know, keeps us calm, keeps his head, and still has his 3. And yeah.
Yeah, I mean they're XP wise, if you look at the carries, they're, you know, like a level down up in jungle. The front line is down on the side of Going Ghost, though, but I think there's potential just to maybe fight if someone overextends. We do see the divine picked up, thank God, and the contagion.
As there's a gesturing towards fire, Kins with Mins with a great call. I mean, just look, they have no idea there were 3.
Yeah. Going Ghost is not even here at all.
Now they know. Inori's in a bit of trouble right now, going in by himself. The Lord of the Afterlife comes out. Snooze is trying to get as much as he can. The set is coming out. They're doing a lot of damage right now. Snooze is doing so much work on the backline. And there's nothing that comes out of it. Apollo's still up in the air, just burning his mana, and I think they just return back to the fire with all the sustain that they have.
Yeah, but now Ghost is in the vicinity to actually contest this, which is good. Osiris had the reset. Kittens can just heal up though, and
Snooze is in a bit of trouble right now, but the healing is good. Ratatasker is looking for any damage he can find on the set. Set is more than half health right now, and now look at them. This is playing your comp right. This is literally playing your comp right. Just chilling, waiting, and just getting all the sustain onto this Guan right now. Because look at all this healing that your Mocha is doing right now. I mean, you can just see healing done in your bottom left. It's just gonna keep going and going and going.
KWM should force this a little bit though. Don't allow the Horus to back here to pick up that second relic.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is a huge misplay for Kids with Mins to not return. You have all this sustain. You sustained everyone back up. Why are you backing for fire? Like, why are you not at Fire Giant? I mean, now Horus has his second relic. He doesn't back, which again I think is a misplay. Yeah, but he does have his contagion.
I don't know why he's just lingering around here.
He does have his contagion, and that's a start. It's a start to
Horus?
Anti-heal. The gold is spawning soon, but I don't really think this is a good call for Kids with Mittens, especially if Going Ghost catches this under their nose and starts the Fire Giant. Oh, this might be a big mistake from Kids with Mittens. There are 3 on the Gold Fury, and Going Ghost is starting the Fire Giant. Now here comes Snicks to rotate onto it. Rat is ulting, and that prevents people from going on a fire. They're dropping. Oh my god. Going Ghost, I feel like their comms are just shattered right now.
I need this Horus to just get a relic, man. Like, I don't like this. Like, it has to be an Ankh. I think he's like, they have to be in agreement that that's an Ankh. But like, go buy it.
Yeah.
Go buy it. So if there's a fight at this fire, you can, you'll have it.
And this might be a big opportunity for Kids with Mittens if somebody pops up in a ward that they could start a firefight here. Man, there's a big rotation. I feel like Kids with Mittens need to just get this to happen. They need to start this fire because they win these fights. They have been winning these fights, and from what we see from up down from this view, it just seems like Going Ghost's comms or their shot calling is just kind of fragmented. But now they're looking for the
Oh, Horus
pyromancer.
back. Big.
That's huge. Please, for the love of God, pick Ankh.
And
he gets Ankh! He gets
Upgraded,
Ankh.
though.
Upgrade Ankh. He does not
Nice.
upgrade Ankh. That's tough. And now fire starting. This is a big call from Kingswood. This is what we've been demanding of them for so long. Just start the fire now. Inori might sniff this out. Upgrade only might. It's just looking for a split push right now as the ult comes out from the emoji and Kingswood Mins say thank you very much. Thank you for free fire. Thank you for the pace. Thank you for letting us set the pace of the game and get up a pyromancer. And this is starting to look a little dire now for Kingswood Mins. I mean, Going Ghost. Oops.
Toxic Blade on the set. Looks like a Toxic Blade on the Osiris as well. Okay.
I guess they're listening and they said, oh, wait, we need anti-healing. Oh, crap. I would like to, if Set is getting Toxic Blade or Osiris is getting Toxic Blade, someone needs to buy Brawlers. Where's the Brawlers?
I think double Toxic Blade's fine.
You think so?
Yeah.
And the Apollo ults away in fear of Omir, the rat god. And maybe sniffs out Snooks, but I don't really think you're gonna kill him. He ults onto him and just simple dash away, and that's the end of that.
I think Ghost misplay was dropping that FG when they did.
Yeah, I completely agree.
I don't know. I think you had everyone on it. You could have had like Osiris, Merlin, Apollo, Burn.
Yeah.
I think there's a chance you like 50. And like it's a 50-50 with a rattle, but I mean that's a 50-50 I'm taking.
Yeah, I think it was a good call. Whoever's calling fire, I think, and you like you said, you have good burn, and if you set ult the fire and you just let those decoys spawn, that could be a decent secure for yourself.
They don't have the best secure on it. Don't get me wrong, they have burn, but I think they could have attempted it. I think that was a chance, like a risk worth taking to get them back in. Especially because you caught 4 members on the other side, and they don't have their global. Their global was in the pit with them, with the rat contesting.
Yeah, I completely agree. And now Kingswood Mittens just looking to prolong the gold lead even further and further. Yamoja kind of positioning up, maybe looking to bait something for his team if someone's gonna commit onto them, but unfortunately gets nothing from it. I think a big reason why Going Ghost hasn't been able to find a lot of success is Horus's sort of quietness in this game. I mean, I really haven't seen Horus do really anything.
Like, yeah.
Kind of mean, but it's true.
They haven't used the. I don't know if they've played with. If this team as a whole has played with Horus much. They're not using the old woe at all. I still think it was only used once. I could be wrong. Someone correct me. I wish there was a way to track that.
I think he used it once to try to stop the blue. He used it another time for a failed gank, and that's the only second time I saw him use it.
Yeah. I don't...
Now this could be big for Kingswood Mittens. They are looking to position out and Going Ghost protect this blue. Here comes the Lord of the Afterlife. Lord of the Afterlife just only hit 2 onto the Cupid and the Athena, but that's a big knockup. And now here comes the re-engage. Snicks just free casting, letting him do work, dashes into the tower because that's how confident he is. And then here comes Set. The Emoja walls off the Set. The Set is down. And now but the Merlin and Apollo are still up. The Rat is ulting. Merlin takes a lot of damage from the Kaiju. Rat goes down, looks for the Apollo. Apollo barely escapes from the skin of his teeth, but the same can't be said for Razor on the Merlin. And this might be a free Phoenix.
I think this is game.
I mean, just unfortunate, really. Again, what is this Horus doing? I don't see him doing. He's not dictating the pace. It's really difficult for him to even do anything right now. As I think the end call is the right call. I mean, what is Inori and Upgrade Only supposed to do? And
yeah, they shred this Titan.
Yeah, they do. And Horus comes up. Here comes another Horus. Big Horus. Big Horus hits absolutely no one. Huge. And the Apollo goes down to the hands of Snox. I don't know. And the Titan should go down. And God, that's tough. Tough, man.
Yeah, I mean that was a really good fight by KWM. Yeah. On that left side tower. I don't know what Horus was doing. I don't think we picked that again though.
No, I don't think we picked Horus again, and I don't think we picked Set again.
Well, if you're KWM, right, you gave him the emoji game 1. I mean, you took it away from this game, and I guess their answer was, bro, he had 2.9. Sheesh.
Ouch. Yikes.
That's no. We get that out of here.
That's tough. Especially on a warrior support too.
That god has. I mean, that god breed. Listen, if you have really low PD on Horus, you're actually not hitting your abilities. That god only does damage.
The Horus triple kill master says otherwise. And unfortunately,
Stone cutting?
it was where's the stone? That was his first mistake. No stone cutting.
Yeah, well, he didn't get it lead. I mean, he doesn't have to go stone cutting. Stone cutting is kind of troll, but
I don't know.
I'm just saying, like, your 2 is the prot shred, which you're leveling. I need more than 2.9. I just has to be done.
I think that it's just difficult because like what are they supposed to do here? Like what is
Ghost?
Ghost supposed to do against a team that like against a Horus that's not doing anything? It's a sub who's whose influence in the fights is very low, and then you have a hot red Lucky, you have a hot red Raymond hitting every single Cupid heart bomb, and then you have a Raijin who's free casting.
KWM has to do exactly what they did that game, and more so than the draft is they were very nicely grouped, which was good. Whenever someone on their team was a little bit out of position and there's a threat of them getting picked, they bailed them out. So just do that, right? As long as you play like that, I think you'll be okay no matter what you draft, as long as it's not super scuffed. Ghost needs to just find another god in support that works. Something I guess something that's like that has lockdown, because they play well with the Emoja. Like they need something that can initiate but lock stuff down. Maybe look for his Ymir. I don't know if he plays that. I don't know. Like there's like Horus can't be like the backup, right?
No, it can't.
That god's he's okay. He's very niche.
Mm-hmm.
That can't be the plan B.
And I mean the problem was that they pick Horus after the second run of bans, and what does Kittens and Mittens do on the second run of bans? Well, they ban Ymir.
Yeah.
They like we don't know what is in Xbox Live Spy's mind, but you can't pick this Horus again. We can't. Yeah, we can't have it.
I think they got to put the Osiris, if they drafted for the third time, is put it in solo.
Yep.
I don't know what it is about it in jungle. He had a lead, but I think that was more so Orm were not farming than anything else, or a couple fights that he died because he was sacking himself for the dive. So it just is what it is. But for whatever reason, Nori was just getting picked on the Osiris.
Yeah.
Like early. Maybe he just thought he can get away with more than he could because he's playing a warrior, like early game, but I would flip that back to solo. I feel like they're gonna get it again, because they've gotten it twice.
I think the call is for Ghost to go first pick and then pray to God that Kinswoodmans forget that you're playing Emoja. That's the play.
There's no if I'm Ghost, I'm taking first pick too. Yeah. Just so you force the Emoja ban.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. So you get it, because I think for both teams it did work, right? So if you take second pick, you didn't ban it last time. You might not ban it this time, so you're going to give it over to them. So you take first here, force the ban, and if they don't ban it, then you get back to your bread and butter. If they do ban it, then both teams need to come up with a new strategy.
Yep. I agree.
But yeah, we need to see something else out of support, a little bit more proactive, because like we said, the ult wasn't used. It just wasn't used, and like you can use it like Giannis ult to invade buffs. Like, get the buff timers, airdrop the boys, get the buff, get out.
Yeah, the problem with Horus is that he's so dependent on how comfortable you are with your teammates. That's the big thing about Horus, is that you have to be, your teammates have to trust you so much, and then you also have to be so influential in your comms as well. And it seemed either that Xbox Live Spy has very little experience with playing Horus at a competitive level, or that he wasn't shot calling, or was making poor shot calls and wasn't really doing much. Because what we saw in the game is that Horus cannot be reactive. it's not a reactive ult. It is an ult that begins. You know, if
Yeah,
you're a horse,
the only way it works on like a counter, like a reactive, like you're saying, is if you're like one of your side lanes is getting ganked and you're like, well, let's go help him out, right? That's kind of it. Like,
yeah,
you're either initiating fights with the ult or like from behind. That god essentially has like 3 abilities, kind of like on defense there. I don't know why they defended the T2 tower, but like that god just doesn't do anything from behind. So if you're gonna pick it and you're gonna play passive, and like I would have rather saw him like int his brains out on the Horus.
Good. Okay, so we already see Going Ghost getting the first pick, and then a great start from Kids with Mins, just immediately banning the Emoja. And here we have kind of a lightning round of picks and bans right now. The Tsukiyomi for Omir, who has found a lot of success onto it. The Odin and Artemis bans, which are very traditional. Again, we have an Osiris that is still on the table, a Tia, a Morgan Le Fay. We know that Radzer can play Morgan Le Fay and can play it very well. So it is curious to see how. I'm just curious to see how Xbox Live Spy does. I think what you do as Going Ghost is you pick either Morgan Le Fay or Osiris here, and then in your second and third pick you pick a Ymir. I think that's how you're supposed to go here.
If they have one. We don't even know if he has one, but yeah.
I would hope he has one. Or a Sobek, or I don't know. Every support has a Sobek, right?
You would hope. That god's very easy, but yeah.
Anyway, as the Soul Ban comes out from Going Ghost, this leaves Kittens with Mittens with a really big option, and I really hope that they ban the Tiamat, because there is a lot on the table right now. And I like Going Ghost ban of the Soul because it leaves a lot for them. They do ban the Tiamat, thank God for that.
Gilgamesh.
And then they pick the Gilgamesh instead of a Osiris or a Morgan Le Fay. The Osiris gets picked for Kittens with Mittens, and now the question is, does Snyx have a Morgan Le Fay? The answer is they do not prioritize it and decide go for the rat. I think the rat found a lot of success. I do think that you are not gonna get rat forced in Going Ghost picks. I think Osiris and then maybe another pick like a Ymir, like Rama would have been better, because in what world is Inori go to play rat? Because rat does not seem like their playstyle. Anyway, Going Ghost now has the option for a good amount of picks here, as the Artio Hover does come out.
The Schnardio? No, they're gonna take it away from the Schnardio.
But the Osiris and rat is already picked. Snooze's God is confirmed.
I don't know. Put the Osiris in support.
Put the rat in support with the tank acorn.
Don't get me started on rat support. I love rat support.
Do you?
One day I'll play it. One day.
Okay. How about in our set? I think in a week or two, you play rat support and I'll play Najah support.
I'd have to consult with the boys. They usually keep me. They usually try and keep me on a leash.
They leash you.
Yeah, rat support's max. Yeah. Yeah, well, my mid does, but he stopped asking about it, so it's fine. Week 1, we had to break him in a little bit.
You want to hit the rat for rat?
Let's see. XT.
The X.
All right, so they had success with that last week. So that's a good. I like the pick. It punishes Artio. I mean, it's good into Artio Gilga.
Mm-hmm. I think XT is a super good pick. I've always thought Jing Shen is a good support play, a good support pick.
The only question I have with the XT pick, right, is because I think it's a good pick here. Is I don't think you have to draft it in the third slot. Mm-hmm. No one's banning XT.
Yeah.
If there was any other priority ADC or mid that they even had in mind, they could have drafted there and gotten this later.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the pick is pretty solid.
And I really dislike the Morgan Le Fay pick ban from Going Ghost. We had 2 games in a row where first game Snyx didn't even think about it, and then the last game we didn't even know, like, it went to Radzer. Why don't we just give it to Radzer instead? But the Ymir gets banned for Kids with Mittens. Now, it is unsure whether we're having a Gilgamesh solo Artio support or we're having an Artio solo Gilgamesh jungle or one of those. So there is a lot of ambiguity in the draft, and I like that. The Kali ban I like that a lot for Anari because he kind of ran game one. You'll learn from your mistakes, and now Kingsman Mittens does get the pick here. I expect him to pick maybe an ADC here, and again, I would like to say that I think Rama is super good, but they go for the Cupid, which is bad because Artio counters Cupid.
Cupid is well cardio too, though.
The Terra hover.
It's kind of a double edge, right?
Yeah. I think Artio destroys Cupid, and the Terra Chiron comes out. This is a strong.
The Cupid pick smacks here.
You think so?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean they picked Terra.
The Cupid pick smacks here. I mean, now if Chiron's good with his cleanses, like it won't really matter. But like it's Artio's great into Cupid, but like you can lock her down too. Like where's she gonna go?
Whoa! What is that?
The Baron?
No, that's a troll. That's trolling for sure. There's no way, no world that they pick Baron.
They picked Terra into Cupid though, which is super interesting. But
and the Snox? The Snox?
No, the Snox is the Snox is snooze. Don't get it twisted.
Oh, my bad.
You just don't know. Yeah.
My bad. Sorry. I that was silly by me. And then oh my god, they're trolling. They just
he has a help.
Oh my god, he actually picks it. I just thought Snyx is going through every god that he wants to play, but the hell is interesting. I like the hell actually. I think it's good here. It's a bad matchup into the Regin, at least early, because Regin can kind of bully it, and in addition with the Gilgamesh, but late game you counteract the healing that comes from the Terra. The cleanse is insanely good against the Winds of Shamash. And I feel like Going Ghost doesn't, besides Winds of Shamash, I don't really think that Going Ghost has a lot of CC, and when they do, you'll just get cleansed. And it's all very telegraphed. I mean, Artio has to enter her board to get stunned. Raijin has to taiko drums for it. I really like the hell pick here. I think it's actually really good.
Yeah. Actually, I like both the drafts. I don't like the Terra selection into the Cupid. That's troll. That's troll. Yeah. You're not gonna play the game. Yeah. You might have to just blink ult, get your damage off die, depending on how the fights go. But once Cupid ult's down, you're cooking. But
I think do you think this Terra pick is more of a? Do you think it's because Xbox Lifespan might not have the biggest god pool? I feel like what we've learned from this set is that
we're assuming it's Terra support, right?
Oh, it could be Terra solo. Artio support. Actually, I think that's actually more likely that Terra is solo and then Artio hits the support. Because I think Xbox Lifespan likes Artio a lot.
I don't know. I'd rather put the Artio in solo just so I can get it away from the XT. To be fair, for the early game, I don't. Hopefully, that's what they drafted it for.
I mean, it's tough. Like this whole comp and stuff. As we walk into the game, and the answer is yes, the Artio is the solo. Then we have the Terra support, and Snyx is on the hell. This is going to be an interesting one. I feel like these teams have. I think, unlike game 1 and game 2, both these teams walked in with a draft that they're like, we have a plan, we have an idea here. I think that Going Ghost has this idea to carry things into the mid to early late, and I think that Kingswood Mittens wins in the much later game. I think if this game hits after 35 minutes, I think Kingswood Mittens has probably the chance to win, just very easily. I think Hell is such a dominant sort of Hell is such a dominant figure in mid lane, and there is a late rotation from Lucky. This is tough. And there is a little bit of change from the Terra going for the green buff.
Yeah. I mean, this is just to, I guess, ensure that they hit 2 on the first wave, but Terra level 2 stinks anyway, so...
Yeah. I mean, she pops the
It's not.
sprint.
It's not worth the what is it 2-3 creeps? Like no. Good job by KWM not even hitting the wave there. Right? They lost. I think they lost half a wave.
Yeah, and also, like she pops this. She buys the sprint to get faster into lane, which is really interesting. Yeah, you can just look at the net worth already. Like they've already lost a good amount of farm. So
The
it
sprint
is.
pick's smart though, just because of the Cupid.
Yeah.
I love the sprint pick.
Oh, now Sub is looking for some pressure onto Snooze, but Snooze smart enough stiffs it out and just heads to his tower. I do want to see some early aggression from Kinswood. Going Ghost, but here we go. Terra is getting
She
stunned
started.
here. She got double dash, but Chiron is looking for anything onto the Cupid. The Cupid beats, and he's really low, but doesn't find anything from it.
I think that surprised him a little bit. You don't see Terra's go. I'm assuming she started the 1 or whatever. I don't know. You start the 2 typically.
Yeah, you start because usually
he started one of the other abilities and then got the opposite one because he dash rooted there.
Yeah, I think you start the 2 and then you hold the wave when minions spawn. Here we go. The root onto Cupid as well. Xing zoning at the Chiron right now. Terra passive doing a lot of damage on the Cupid and slowing him down. The Heart Bomb is good onto the Terra. Does find the stun, but nothing comes from it as there is some action onto the Ardio right now. Ratatasker is trying to do his best. Ardio dashes in. Rat doesn't see huh? Rat goes into the stars a little bit and uses his beads. And now there's a little bit of some blue buff aggression going on, and it looks like Osiris is able to catch it. The Gilgamesh jumps in. Ratatasker is definitely having a difficult time. Just had to back up the Osiris, trying his best to get to tower, and does get to tower. And
that invade might have went better if Anori didn't stop to do that random harpy camp.
Yep, I completely agree.
I think that was a little troll.
Unfortunately, that's just the way she goes. And now Terra looking for a little bit of an invade on this purple, does find it and steals it away. Raymond not happy about that. And good job from Xbox Live Spy and poor job by Kinswood Mins for not just holding it and waiting it out. And now Upgrade Only looking for any damage onto Lucky. Does get the root onto Lucky. Lucky in a lot of trouble. Slowed right now. Literally one shot. Cannot find it. And the stun onto Terra, and that's just the end of that engagement.
Yeah. That was a good invade inside a good Ghost there.
Yep. I agree. I think it's just a much better look on Xbox Live Spy, and it's already a lot more pressure than what we saw from the Horus, which is kind of funny. But this is
he's almost there. He just needs 1.9K, and he's done it. So
I think once we see the ult once and it's good, then we can say, yep, okay, it's looking better than game 2.
No, he's on the path to redemption right now.
Yeah. So now that they have pressure there, Going Ghost has a kind of a nice, comfortable, almost 300 to 400 gold lead right now, just accumulating because of the pressure that they got with the invades. But unfortunately, Omar misses.
Whoa.
Oh man,
a lot of misabilities there.
Yeah, Omar misses both the dash and the acorns. That could have been really big if he found that. I mean, Styx's burst is usually very good. Ratchet's burst is good, and now Oracles go down with kids with mittens.
Yeah, they're lucky that Nori missed a kick as well. All right.
Pardon me.
Let's see if this Ardio secures this steal.
Oh, and does.
Yeah, he got it.
So Snooze not happy about that, but not happy in showing it. Oh, Lord of the Afterlife and Ardio goes down. Ardio's looking to go down. Snicks does pick up the kill, and that's first blood. May have gotten the steal, but I mean, come on. Cupid getting a good stun. Now Chiron's there. Does find good damage, and the slow comes out, but nothing you can do against a big Cupid dash. And now Inori looking to return the favors and does not steal the blue away.
Where the hell was Inori there?
What do you mean?
Like what I'm saying, like why? Like where was he? Like it's weird that they tried for the last blue invade, had the timer, didn't try for this one.
I don't know. It's kind of interesting. Here comes Xbox Live Spy doing a little bit of poke to.
Like he didn't do his jungle.
It's true, he didn't. Maybe he was just splitting mid. Rats are at their tower line right now. I'm getting bullied by snakes. An unfortunate wall misses Cupid, but just looking to zone out. Here comes the ult from Jing Shen. Does ult the purple buff away. Huge ult from Lucky. But they, it's actually not that bad when you consider it. They do secure the purple buff despite with Jing Shen ult.
No, he pulled Chiron beats though.
Oh, he did? He did? Oh,
Yep.
wow. So actually way bigger than I thought, and I'm just a
No, that was good. He got value out of that. Secured the buff, got beads.
Then good from it, and also gets the jogger with the pressure that they exerted from it. So, it's actually way better on the Jing Chen than expected. Unfortunately, leashes away jogger, then gets right back on it. I think right now Kingswood Men's is playing this really well. They had a little deficit in the beginning, but they really started to turn that around as Jing Shen is sort of getting pressured out. Here comes the Chiron dash. Terra's looking for the root. Does find the root. Here comes the big ult from Xbox Live Spy. Now here comes the snipes. Officer downs. And now there goes down Lucky, and Upgrade Only finds the kill. Good ults from both of them, and there we go. Xbox Live Spy.
He's so close. He's so close.
On the name.
1,200 more.
Redemption is in the name, and here comes now Snooze is in a little bit of trouble. There's action all around the map. Omer is also in a bit of trouble. Big stun from the two. Here comes Ratzer with a big dash in now, and more. Omer's dead. Oh my god, I need to take a breath. Snooze is also in a lot of trouble. Oh my god, here comes Sticks coming in as well. God, just stop fighting. And then there's the end of the engagement. Now I can breathe.
Yeah, they need that's a good fight. Good good recognition by Nori to focus out the rat when it looked like Osiris was probably getting out. Got the kill, secure their blue, and yeah, they just walk away and do their own farm.
Yep.
A big worth.
It looks like they still want to look for something.
They're chasing a little bit. Lucky has blinking 10. He's probably calling it out, but it's a little too deep.
A little too late.
Yeah, good idea to walk away there.
Oh, here comes Omer. I think Omer's looking at ult on the Chiron. And it does find the ult on the Chiron. He just simply dashes away looking for a stun. Misses the stun, unfortunately. If he hit the stun, that would have been a dead Chiron, especially with his beats down.
Yeah. I think he might have immune the rattle with the dash because it's not immune now. I'm not sure, though. We missed it. Thanks, cameraman.
Yeah, cameraman.
But yeah, Chiron's lucky. Now he has the beads back available to use.
Yep. What do you think about this Warlocks into Lotus Crown Hell? I actually think it's really smart from Snicks. I mean, you're so tanky right now.
It's fine.
Actually, there is a bit of fight. The Terra is getting kind of bullied by the Hell right now, but who's in a bad position? It might be Lucky. Raymond in the back looking for it. Here comes the Gilgamesh trying to do as much damage as they can to Hell. The Winston Shamash comes out. The Xingqian ult comes out. Terra ult does a lot of damage right there, and Nori finds the kill into Lucky, but here comes the Ratatasker to try to do anything he can. The name of the game on Xbox is Redemption, and he's playing excellent right now. His Terra roots and his ults have been very well placed.
Yeah, way better than last game. I mean, last game he was just a spectator.
Yeah,
way better.
And unfortunately, I think Lucky just a little too ambitious right there. He's going in. I hope Snicks is calming. I can't go in. I'm getting zoned out, and unfortunately, that's the end of that. And here comes Chiron looking for something onto upgrade onto Raymond. The snipes come out. One. Oh, but a solo kill onto Raymond. Stay at number
spaghetti.
10. And here comes. He just uses the beads and
I think he could have turned around and fought the rat there.
I think they could have too. And
I think he could have fought the rat there. Maybe they thought someone else was rotating, but he has Ichable. Like he kills that rat. He missed everything.
Yep, I agree. And good job from Upgrade Only finding a solo kill onto Raymond. That's tough, man. That's tough. Because Upgrade Only. He's a really talented player. He's got to definitely make sure that he's going to keep the pace of the game. And look at Nori's build. Goes for the stone cutting into the reinforced hammer.
Oh, there's
so
one Waddly boy I know that is sitting up in his chair right now at that Runeforge hammer.
That's crazy.
Some people love it on Gilgamesh.
I mean, it makes a lot of sense.
I was told it slaps. So
to me, it makes a lot of sense. I think it.
He's so excited.
Waddle's
Yeah,
clapping
Waddles is so excited.
Waddle's clapping the air right now. So excited. And
now Honori can't fumble the bag now. He can't. He's going to be the target of all.
Yeah.
Of target of all criticism if he fumbles the bag with this Runeforge.
Because if Honori loses the game, that means that Reinforged on Gilga sucks.
Absolutely.
If Honori wins this game, Reinforged on Gilga is amazing and everyone should buy it.
Absolutely.
So truly the pressure is on Honori here.
Yep.
And of course, the same goes with Kins with Mittens buying the Mela Renewal on the Osiris. So the both regards are great here. I mean, I actually really like Mela Renewal. I think it's really good. But if he loses, it's trash. So my opinions change.
Yeah, he said if he loses, put him last on the list.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's him, man. That's not me. And there is a little pressure coming out from on the Reggie, but nothing comes of it. The stun is unfortunately a whiff, but Hell cleanses it anyway. As there is a big 5-man rotation coming out from Kins with Mittens. They are a little down, but I think they're going to start pressuring out this Gold Fury, especially with news in the general vicinity. Here comes the Gold Fury call from Kins with Mittens. I think Going Ghost is aware of it. The beats come up for the Osiris. The Chiron is in the vicinity. Terra doing as much as he can to zone him out, and this might be down to a coin toss. The Rat looks for the ult. The beats come up from the Chiron. Kins with Mittens do secure it. Chiron looks for the ult on the Rat. Does find the first shot. Officer down. Jing Chen is trying to get down. The Dishwasher doesn't go down. The Hell is in a lot of pressure too. Doesn't find the cleanse. Raja gets the taunt. The ult comes out. The Hell is in a lot of trouble. The Terra heal. And now the pressure onto the Osiris comes out as well. Artio is doing the stun is good. Now the Root is coming out as well. The Chiron's doing as much damage as they can. Osiris in 30% health. The slow is good. The stun is not. The knockback's good. Osiris doing as much as he can. Diving the 2-2, but unfortunately, that's the end of that.
Gold for 4 and a T1, not worth.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. And I think this is just going to balloon Going Ghost's lead greater and greater. Upgrade Only having an excellent fight there.
Do they get the T2 as well? I think they do. Rad is opting to do his speed buff. He probably doesn't have anything to do, though. I mean,
he has his ult. He looks at the Raijin. He does get the stun. The Raijin up down, looking for damage shots at Omer, and does Raijin with the frag. Gets it.
Get him out of here.
Here comes Snicks. Snicks is looking for it. He wants to carry the reputation of Kins with Mittens. He does get a good heal. Artio is just zoning them out. And I don't think there's anything that Kins with Mittens can do. However, when a team fight is going bad with Kins with Mittens, there's one thing that you can be rest assured of, is that Raymond is split pushing and does find the back. Doesn't find the tier 2, unfortunately, with the Razor sniffing it out, but he did get the tier 1.
Yeah, they got the T2 in mid. I think Rat could have literally walked into the tower and actually have done nothing, and they might have backed up. I don't know, but yeah, look at this Gilgamesh build. You have to build these items.
I'm sorry, you
have to build them.
You just have to do it.
Yeah. So we got the Berserkers.
Little
sus. I don't know if I like it, but
but the Wind Demon.
I guess that's the best item in that tree, right? And then that better be a finished Wind Demon.
That or Poison Star. Poison Star would go crazy here. Think about it.
Poison Star go crazy. I don't know. Shadow Steel.
Poison Star would go crazy.
I'm waiting for the first person to go crit Gilga.
I'm waiting for the first person to please not do that. Please. I think what's interesting is that both teams, besides a Divine on the Regin, have no anti-healing.
Yep.
This is a
massive going.
Brand. This is massive brand. They have a Cursed Ankh.
Yep.
It's upgraded. They're both fools. We need more anti-healing. What is this? I like the sub's decision to get Cursed Ankh and upgraded, but I mean, guys, Where's the anti-healing? Hello? What is it? I can't. What is with these two teams that do not want to build anti-healing?
Well, I don't know if you really want to build. Like, do you want to build Divine on Hell?
No, you don't. But you want to build brawlers on.
Yeah,
Red.
Sure. Yeah, you got me there.
And you. Oh, there's a little bit of trouble. He has to winch Shamash away, but I mean, they're getting forked for free. Snooze is just happily taking his XP camp, and Raymond backs from realizing that he cannot take tier 1 because he already took it. So now he's looking to team fight with his team. Pyro is spawning, and this could be a good opportunity for kids with mins if Raymond is looking to go into the right side for once, as there is a little bit of fight on the Gilgamesh. The Gilgamesh gets rooted. He finds the kick. Xing Shen does find the ult. There's no beats for the Gilgamesh, but there's a big fight going on. The Terra does a massive ult in the back. The Curse Knock does come out. Raijin, Taiko Drums come out looking for anyone. The Xing Shen is low. The Hell uses the beats to cleanse out the Ardio, but you know that's not going to stop Ardio. Xing Shen does manage to go in. I don't know why he does. Hell is in a lot of trouble. Gilgamesh is still sticking to it. Hell just doing as much as they can to heal. The kick comes up from Gilgamesh. Sticks with a massive 3. Here comes the Cupid. Oh, the Cupid looking for anything. The Ardio is so low. Osiris Snooze is doing as much as he can, and now he's starting to int. Does find the kill into sub. Terra so low. Cupid trying to do his best, but he might have overextended. Chiron knocks Cupid back, and there's no dash for Cupid, so that's a huge way, a big way for Kins with Mins.
Yeah, they the late Deicide, but I mean they're gonna pick up this Pyro for free. Are they gonna do fire? No. They're thinking about it. They're thinking about it.
I mean,
Kittens picks up 2, which I guess is worth. You know, pick up the Gilgamesh, but is yeah. They need to stem the bleeding a little bit here.
Going Ghost has to. I think they just have to realize that if they lose this game, Reinforced Hammer Gilga is not good. And they're
on the path to victory here.
You know why?
They're up 14-3. It's because of the Runeforge. We already know this.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
But you know why they're winning? You know why they're winning?
Why?
It's because Xbox Live Spy is having an absolute fragger of a game right now. These Terra ults are insane.
What's his damn? Oh yeah, he's close to doubling.
It's actually massive. Here comes the gold pressure coming out from Going Ghost. I mean, Ardio doing a lot of damage to Xing Shen right now. Lucky with nowhere to go. Does expend the ult. Does find 2. Terra not knocked back because of the passive. The Go Fury does get reset. Raymond doing his best. There is a big team fight associated now. The Terra ult does come out. Finds, unfortunately, nothing. That's the one time it doesn't work out. The Rat goes in the sky. The Gilgamesh, Winston Shamash goes on to hell. There's no peel for the Kins with Mins backline. Here comes Osiris coming in. Terra's in a really bad spot right now. Omar, unfortunately, hits nothing. Xbox Live Spy he's the first one to go down thanks to Lucky. Here comes the Osiris, Lord of the Afterlife God. These team fights are so goddamn prolonged. My lungs hurt. The Hell getting the speed boost. They're trying to fight. The Gilgamesh kicks them away. The Ardio's doing as much as he can, but Rat is super low. The Raijin dashes in. Oh my god, he's got balls. The Hell goes to upgrade only. Snipes. Officer down. Inori finds Omar. And here comes Xing Shen. Xing Shen's really low. The slow on Gilga maybe. Unfortunately misses the kick and sub goes down. My lungs hurt, man.
I need the officer down comms to stop. Oh my god.
What do you mean?
You know, there was a window in which Kittens could have won that fight. They kind of beefed the XT ult on the tanks, right? Got nothing of value. Then Terra ulted her team, and then the team just stood around and like retreated for some reason.
Yeah.
And I think that was maybe their window to take a fight. I don't know.
Yeah,
they all just stood around there, but it's just hard being this far down.
Yeah, I think in these situations, if you're playing like you played last time, where you're going back, right?
Yeah.
You need to really go back because I think the really thing that turned that around was Rads just dashing in. Like, if Rajan dashes in on you, you've done something wrong.
Bro, he dashed in, and the rest of his team was like, I don't know, they paused. They were like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah,
gotta get in there, boys.
Of course, and I think Going Ghost is now, like, they're leaning, but of course, Jungle Diff.
Oh, he sold the wind.
He sold the wind. He sold the Shoryuken. and is buying Toxic Blade.
I don't care if this Toxic Blade makes sense. This is not what we want to see.
This is not Wind Demon.
Yeah, yeah, you're right, but I don't. I mean, what's the base crit percentage on that? I actually don't know.
I think it's like.
No, it's trash.
It's no. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Every item's not rage, okay? But I think Xingqian now, he gets the sovereignty, he gets the improvement. Please, for the love of God, go anti-healing now, because
they have the Yonk. They have the Yonk. They didn't have the Yonk for that fight. I don't believe they did.
They just I just think they need much more as the Fire Giant now gets started for Going Ghost. Raymond is in no position right now to defend this, so Kinsman Mins may have to force an engagement and try to look out. As what's happening now is Going Ghost is just starting it. Lucky is in the air. Omir is also in the air. They drop off of it, and now Hell's in a lot of trouble. She looks to be going down. The rat knockup is good. The Raijin dashes in. You can't be letting this Raijin do it. The Terror ult is good to peel out the Raijin. The taunts are good against the Osiris. The Osiris is big. The huge channel fits 4 people, but come on, nothing comes out of it. Are you kidding me? Unfortunate Cupido, and no one picks up Snooze. The Gilgamesh does not get stunned by the Heart Bomb, and now Raijin dashes in again. Ratatoskr is looking just to get out. The Terror Root is huge. The Terror Stun is huge. Xingqian is solo. Rat is solo. Raymond is doing his best to try to turn this fight around. He finds the kill onto the sub, and that's the end of engagement. It's a 4-for-1, but they stop fire.
They should just do fire. I don't know what they're standing at the tower for. There we go.
Oh man.
Right?
I think so. I mean,
they're gonna back. They're gonna back. Yep.
I mean,
massive back.
They could technically reset here.
They have heals.
I know, but I know, Gustin. I'm with you, but
just do the FG, boys.
I'm with you, but you know they're not going to listen to someone who puts ice cubes in his milk. Okay?
Oh my god.
Okay, they're not going to listen to you like that. All right. See, they paused because they knew. They paused because that's a bad opinion. Who puts ice cubes in their milk? You just water down the milk. Like,
I gotta introduce you to my Loki captain.
Oh my god. Like, I don't know how you do that. I literally don't know how you do that. Like, how do you not vomit that? Like, chat, I just want to let you guys know that Godsend really does do that.
That's not me, bro.
That's you. That was you, bro.
Ice cubes and milk just makes it skim milk?
How do you have that opinion? How is that opinion okay?
Kano, don't blow up the government like that. Holy
God. Anyway, back to the game and not back to milk. I think what needs to happen is I think Snyx needs a lot of peel here. Like, Snyx is getting constantly dived by Inori, and then he's getting dived by Ratzer. Like, why is the Raijin dashing in? How are they not punishing that? And I think the problem is
who's gonna punish him?
I think what has to happen is Lucky has to stop engaging. I think Lucky needs to hold his ult for when Ratzer ults in, or I mean dashes in, because unfortunately once Raijin dashes in, like, what are they gonna do? They can't burn him because he's so far ahead. His teammates are there. The healing is insane.
Mm-hmm.
I think what needs to happen is Lucky needs to play more back and just chill and just play with Snyx instead of leaving him on an island and forcing Snooze and Omir not to dive. That's what's happening, because this is what could happen is that if Lucky is with Snyx and Raymond, then they might be able to burn this Raijin. But Raymond is in no position to.
Well, their jungle can't, like, the Rat can't play the game right now.
Yeah,
he's not itemized correctly to dive, like, quite frankly, anybody.
Yep.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, the Raijin can dash in, but like I don't think anyone's gonna kill him, especially with like they do have the Ankh though. So if they use Terrell to peel, that's gonna be maybe they can get the pick, but it's kind of gonna fall on Snooze to solo dive the mage, and that's just very 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 hard to do when your jungle is just this far down. And he's 4 levels down, and he's just building into Magical D, I believe. It's probably, what is that, Ansile?
I think so, yeah.
I mean, And that's quite frankly, it doesn't even matter. It's gonna get procced off like a Raijin 2. Like that's gonna bounce around the team fight. Like
No,
it's
it's looking tough right now for.
they caught a break that they didn't pull fire. Right,
Yeah,
they definitely
yeah.
caught a break because I think that was an easy pull. I don't know why they reset just to not even go back and do it when they were still dead. I don't. That's
Yeah.
just a misplay. But
I think
Kit-
that's
yeah, Kitten's caught a break. I mean, they're as much like we look at this game like 20-5, and it's like holy cow, this game's over. But they're only down 5K at
Yeah.
23 minutes. Like,
But yeah, I think that's interesting because I think like when I'm in these games and I'm on that 5, I have to remember that I'm only down 5K. It's
yeah,
not
I mean, remember,
astronomical.
game 1 they were down 5K. What, 7 minutes in, 8 minutes
Yeah.
in? Remember that?
Yep, and now, oh my God, it's so split from them. The Fire Giant's gonna easily go down. I mean, it's so low already. The Osiris and Xingqian are nowhere to go, and Going Ghost does find it. I really think they could have put up a defense there, but just letting it go. At least it's not enhanced. That's something, I guess. But I mean, there's the gold lead is already what 7,000, and there's still 2 tier 2s and a tier 1 left.
Yeah, he sold his Ansai, and he's going into a beat stick. It's a little too late for that. A little too late for that, boss. Like,
I don't know about that one, Chief, but you know, to each their own, I guess.
I don't think the thing is, I don't think the Ansai helps him at all this late in the game, being this far down. That I think I agree with like just saying screw it.
Yeah.
And getting more damage, and like, because he's gonna die every fight. Like it's just gonna happen. So commit to the damage at this point. See if you can take someone with you. Like,
here we go. We're looking for something here.
This is a great play by KWM if this pick works out.
But I mean, look at this Audio, so tanky already. Uses the beads, gets the Lord of the Afterlife for such. She's now half health, a little under now, as Hell unfortunately misses it. The cleanse comes out, and Going Ghost does get the Oni Fury, but at what cost? The sub does go down for an Oni Fury.
I don't know what he was doing there, man.
Yeah, that was just poor positioning from sub, but now I like this call from Kids with Mints a lot. Going for another tier 2 here. I think this is the right call. You're gonna lose this tier 1 and tier 2.
Yeah, I don't. Someone tell me what the Terror's doing right now.
Oh, I have no idea. You're gonna lose this tier 1 and tier 2. In fact, you're not losing this tier 1 because Going Ghost in their infinite wisdom decide to back. What is that? They're not going for your Phoenix. There's no way. Now, Oni minions are pushing up. You have pressure. I have no idea why they're back. Maybe they send the Terra back or the Gilgamesh back, but like,
yeah, they didn't have to send the whole team. They should have just sent the Terra back. The Terra was, I don't know.
Yeah, already like down bad and
hanging out in the mid lane.
Yeah, I
don't know what Ardio was doing there though. I understand. I guess you needed that one extra wave, but that stops your siege push, right?
Yep.
Because now you have these Oni waves. Congratulations, they're gonna get killed because you guys have to back up. It doesn't matter if you have fire. You can't take a 5v4 into a full healthy team. So you got to pause your siege. Got to wait for it to come back up. You lose the Oni that you just got goes to complete waste.
And I think this is I think this just shows that, you know, Kinswoodmans, despite being like down in gold and everything, they're still in this mentally. They made a really great call, and I think Going Ghost makes a huge misplay. And this is an opportunity for Kinswoodmans to come back from this. Now, I don't think they should defend the tier 2. I think that would be a troll call, but I do think that, you know, you delay the game even further, you still get yourself more gold, and yeah, I don't know. I mean, Rat does get his Protector of the Jungle. I think it's called. And, you know, we just, all we have to do is wait for this Hell to go for 2. But I do think this is a misplay. Do put a soft defense on the tier 2. Do not hard defend this, because there's no way that you're going to win this team fight. And here comes the Terra ult. It's huge. The Xingqian is going in there, but the Terra is actually caught out in the the Cupid ult. Now Terra's in a really bad spot, looking for something. Snyx does find the kill onto that. Ardio's in a bad spot, but so is Osiris. In the meantime, Gilgamesh gets the mid Phoenix and is looking to take down Omir. Upgrade only does find the kill onto Snyx. They wasted so much for Xbox Lifespan. He just puts his hands up and he says, "Oh, you want me? Okay, I don't care."
They got split pushed.
And
the second time this game, once by each team.
And now now they just let this go. I mean, look at the. I mean, Going Ghost, they just win that. Like, just plain and simple. They lose their support for the enemy solo laner and a mid Phoenix. Like you take that every single day, but this rotation towards going Ghost, I think they're going for the tier 2 and left. I think they could have maybe went for the Phoenix there.
I think I think like what you were saying before. I think Kitten should just like they should have really took that fight. Like it's the same thing with Raymond. They were gonna lose that bird regardless, right? Like wipe the team. You have a 5v4.
Yep, I agree. Yeah, you have Omir's ult.
And it's just a mid bird. Like I mean, I get it. Like it cracks open the base, but that's a very easy bird to or very easy lane to push up when you're defending these late game fires. Just wipe the team. Take the fight. Like go all in.
Yep. Yeah, I think you're right on that call, and unfortunately, it's not the way it is. But despite the 10K gold deficit, there is a small chance that Kingswood Mins can get back into this. I mean, Hell is now level 20. She still doesn't have her upgraded starter. Xingshan is 17, so he can get his. Hopefully, if he has enough gold. Gilgamesh is a little alone right now, but the Terra's in mid lane, and they're just trying to farm as much as they can. And I think it would be I think it would be a very bad call if Kingswood Mins do not defend this fire, or at least try, because I think
they can very easily defend it. I think just because they lost midbird, not left. I mean and you can just send the rat to do it. Like he can ult in. Like it's fine.
In 1 minute, this is going to become an enhance, which means the burn from it is going to become even harder. So I think that the steal potential, the fight potential is going to be a lot greater for Kingswood Mins.
I'm wondering if Ghost is going to try and pull this.
I think they do. It's already a little bit more than half. I mean, this is big from them, but you know, Raja comes out, the Ratatasker ult comes out, but Gilgamesh is in a lot of trouble right now. Finds half, the rat goes in on the Raijin, the Terror ult does come out, but Raja's really low right now. He's also anti-healed, but the Artio is going a little too far in, but there's a lot of healing coming from her. The Osiris does come out, and nothing gets traded. The snipes don't come out as well, and Terra
Ghost is low though, man. Ghost is low.
That's huge. That's actually massive. There's 3 red health bars from going Ghost, but Kingswood Mitten. Oh no, you don't back here. You take fire.
They could have. I think they could have done fire.
That's a big misplay.
They were all weak.
That's a big. Oh no. Oh no, honey, no. Oh, this is like watching. Oh, this is bad.
They had such a good dive. Rat onto the Raijin, forced the ult out. Osiris ran at their XT ran at the Chiron initially, made him back up.
This is so bad. Cupid is the only one in the approximate area, and unfortunately, I don't think that's going to be enough. But here comes Xingshan. It's getting more and more.
50-50.
This is definitely a 50-50. The going Ghost does secure with the Chiron run, but what is the fight afterwards? The rat is looking at the Raj, and Gilgamesh is peeling for him. Terra is low, as the rat is also extremely low. Inori picks up the first kill onto the rat. Raj is super low, and Osiris is inting. He does find the kill, and Ratzer shuts him down. Inori goes down too. This is actually a big fight for Kingswood Mittens. Sure, they get the enhanced fire, but at what cost? I mean, you lose the 2 most important members besides upgrade only, and he's safely out. But now the middle Phoenix has respawned. Raymond's there.
Yeah, I mean, it's
still in this.
Yeah, no, it's a really good job of them killing the. I mean, they got 2. They got EFG off of 2. That's huge. But I mean, you know, they get their bird up. They live to fight another day. Now they're gonna have to defend against a Chiron with EFG against these birds. But that could have been much worse. That was a very good fight.
It's super close. Like, I feel like even though they're 10K gold behind, Kingswood Mins is putting up a good fight. It's just their shot calling is a little tough.
That back though,
that was bad. That was really bad.
That back though was sus. Oh, was super sus. Right?
Oh, Omega.
They did such a good job diving. Like everybody was like a quarter. I think Chiron was the healthiest one, right?
Yeah.
Probably about half HP. Everyone else was a quarter, if not lower. And they were like, "See you later, boys."
You had the top 3 at red health bars, literally red, and it's like, you have a hell. There's literally no way that you don't start that. I would have much preferred that you 50-50 that, and I think maybe they didn't think they had enough burn for it.
It's not even a 50-50. The other team is so weak, and if they stay with that health, like you just take the fight, and you should win it easily.
Yep, I agree. And what's interesting is that if they did take the fight, I mean, Terra didn't back. Terra was already low in the beginning of the engagement, but this is
Yeah.
a really unfortunate fight. Now going Ghost with the enhanced fire giant on 3 is looking to push up this right lane Phoenix, and it's a shame that they didn't pick up upgrade only, because that enhanced fire giant is going to absolutely melt this Phoenix. But hey, they have Draugr, so you know that's something, I guess.
Yeah. It's gonna do wonders here.
Yeah, huge Draugr pickup, and I'm scared for Omir again because we saw this last time with the mid Phoenix push, and Omir almost got soloed, and he lost the mid Phoenix here. So this is gonna be an interesting fight. Here comes Terra. The Terra ult hits 3 onto the Cupid Osiris Xingqian, and Xingqian does find the Cursed Donkey, just is looking to back up. Kyron now pushing up with the minions, burning this Phoenix. As Xingqian gets stunned out, the Raijin ult does come out as well. The Phoenix is half health. Hell is doing as much as they can. The Red is looking in the sky. A big Cupid ult, a big Osiris ult. Finds upgrade only. Raymond finds Razor. Razor trades with Snicks, and this is a really big fight for Kids with Mittens. They did still save the mid Phoenix, and Ardio's really low. Cupid dashes in, looking at Ardio. Terra's now in a really bad spot. Upgrade only has to be really careful here, and he just not upgrade only Xbox and just dies. Raymond with the triple kill. Gilgamesh comes out. This is a huge fight for Kids with Mittens.
Yeah, that was massive. I don't know why Go and Go split. I don't get it. I personally think that they have a rat. Like, you notice how rat ult actually made a huge impact to that fight, and Nori was late to get there, but like it's not his fault. It's the global. But like I don't know why they were splitting. That was a massive defense. I love the prioritization for Kids with Mittens. They Cupid out the Chiron, they Osiris out the Chiron, they rat out the Chiron. I think they get this bird. I don't know if it's
I don't think they end.
3
10
towers
minutes
up.
Yeah, 10 minutes on the Chiron, 10 seconds on the Chiron, 9 seconds on the Reg, and there's no way they finish this game. I think if they go for the call, they're trolling. And
that's a good call. It's a good call.
Again, it's all about just sticking up there. What was 10K is now 6K. What was almost a 90%er game is now a borderline 50-50 game.
This is a huge 50-50. Both birds are down in the same lane, and thankfully for us, they're on the side of FG.
Yep.
So this is gonna be huge.
I think right now Kids with Mittens need to realize, look, upgrade only's relics are down. We need to fight. We need to take this fight now. And
same with Hell.
Yeah, Going Ghost has to think the same thing. We need to fight. We need to take this. We need to take down Hell. And it literally cannot be stated how hard Raymond has been playing on this Cupid and how well Snicks has been playing late game into this Hell as well. And now here comes the Pyromancer. I think Kids with Mittens are gonna give this up for free because they just don't have the ward vision for it. Osiris maybe sniffing it out, but unfortunately doesn't have anything. Maybe looking for a bait as fire is respawning. They know that Raijin isn't right taking care of that fire wave, so they might be looking for something. Chiron is poking up with no Aegis. His beat do finally get up.
Yeah, but it's worth noting that both Aegises are going to be on the Hell and the Chiron are going to come up at exactly the same time. So I think both teams are, if they're smart, will wait the 30 seconds respectively for the carries to have the Aegis available before they take this fight. It's going to be a lot of dancing in this pit.
Yep. And right now, it's just really scary where this Chiron is positioned. The fire wave is pushing up on the right wave, and here the Hell is already half health. But
I don't know what Rat's doing here. I guess he's just putting the tower down.
I mean,
lower the Titan's health a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not truly opposed to this call because it does give pressure to the Gilgamesh. Here comes the Ardio. The stun onto Hell is good. Hell does not use her relics. The relics do not be used by Hell. What is she doing? The Rat ult is still not coming out. He's walking towards Raymond. Is super low. Kids with Mittens is currently trolling this game with Snicks not using any relics. Xingqian super low. He's getting chased down by the Chiron. The Winds of Shamash comes out. The jumps are good from Lucky, and now here comes the damage from Redster, and that's the end of that. Now here comes the end call. A big troll from Sticks for not using the relics. The Rattle comes out. Osiris is looking to do his best against the Chiron. He goes against it. Lord of the Afterlife hits 3. Ratatosker doing his best. Does get out. Chiron now trying to chase. Omir does find the kill. Raymond and Snooze are the only ones who are here. And can they put up a trade? I mean, that's a big heart bomb. Snooze does a lot of damage. Man, stun hits, but nothing comes of it. There's no team. The sustain from Terror is so good. And Cupid doing his best to try. He gets Xbox Live Spy. The heart bomb is good. Gilgamesh might die here. Audio goes down too. Raymond doing his
Oh,
best, but that's his quadra kill. Can Rajan find it? And Rajan gets down. Oh my god, the Titan kills him and the game is saved. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my.
what the? I can't
What?
curse. What the hell just happened?
Oh my god.
And the Titan last hit the penta.
Oh my god, what is that?
Oh,
Raymond, you son of a, you know that word, but oh my
yeah,
god.
yeah. No cursing, no cursing.
I know. I'm chilling. My god, Raymond. God's cool, right? God's cool. Yeah.
Wow.
That was
Wow.
incredible. That was incredible. I was incredible. Well played by Raymond to stick in this game. Both Phoenixes are up. Titan is regenerating health, and the game is still in the position of anyone right now. But
No,
if,
they can pull. I
can-
mean,
it
just
can-
because they died faster. Like, it's honestly that.
if Kittens with Mittens does secure this enhanced FG, this could be absolutely massive for them. And Terra's coming soon. This is another.
No, this is free. This is free.
I don't know about that, man. I don't know. This is big. The 4,000 health. The Gilgamesh blinks in. The Terra comes in as well. The Rattles is in the air. The Terra is looking for anything. The Gilgamesh comes in.
Oh, Nori!
1,000 health. King Hill goes down. Kids with Mittens do get the enhanced fire chart, but at what cost? The Rat is low. And they're disengaging right now. Rat is going to get traded because of the enhanced FG. 2 go down. Oh my god, what is this game? And now going Ghost. They smell blood in the water. The enhanced FG's down, but they might not need it. They're going for left. Can Raymond and the squad have another miraculous recovery? Let's see. As they're pushing down Phoenix, upgrade only finally comes in from the back. The Terra Heal, Lotus Crown is doing work. Jing Shen is trying his best to peel from Artio, doing a lot of damage. The stun is good onto the Cupid. The Cupid uses the beads. The Rajan is low. The Osiris comes out. The Tycho drone's coming out as well. Rajan is super low. The Rajan goes down. Jing Shen goes in. Osiris is super low. They trade Osiris for Rajan. That's a good trade. Cupid is looking. They're looking to focus out this Cupid. The Cupid. This thing. Oh, it goes out. The Chiron is solo. The Chiron is solo. He's solo. Can Cupid do it again? Can Raymond do it again? Raymond finds Xbox Live Spy. The Chiron is solo, and he doesn't do it. Going Ghost gets the win in 40 minutes. Oh my god. What a game. What a game. Oh my god. I am so blessed. I'm so blessed to cast that. I'm so blessed.
I don't have any words.
Oh my god. Going Ghost gets it.
How dare that Titan steal the penta though? Is the first thought that comes to mind.
Yeah.
Holy hell.
Oh my god. Raymond, absolute fragger in that set. What an incredible play near the ends of the game. With the 47k player damage Cupid.
That, man, hell not using relics.
Yep.
And
that was it.
And I don't know if anyone caught it, but the Rat, when he was pushing mid, went to go to the Gold Fury side of the map instead of the EFG pit. But it's neither here nor there. But that's unfortunate, right? That Titan defense was nuts. It was just nuts.
Yeah. Yep. My god, I'm so blessed to have casted that game.
Raymond with 5 wards.
Hey, who needs wards when you almost got 5 kills?
I was gonna say, who needs 5 wards when you get 5 kills on a Titan defense? Essentially, insane, absolutely insane.
But again, I just want to say, big up for Xbox Live Spy, man. He really picked it up game 3. A good Terra game for him, man. That was a really well played by him. And
I completely forgot about that running joke. But yeah, he played nuts. He played nuts.
Oh man, I cannot believe that happened twice in a row. That was so close. It's just unfortunate that it happened. And yeah, wow. But going Ghost, they do find the 4-3. Kids with Mittens go down to the 3-4. So depending on the set between Nightly Koalas and Far Out, that means that Going Ghost might securely have that 4th place spot.
Yeah.
That
was probably the best game. That's probably the best game we're getting all season.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. I think that just sealed the deal.
That was an incredible game.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, my throat hurts. So my name has been Davey. I'm your chair one.
Wonderful job. Wonderful job.
Thank you. Thank you. My throat really hurts. I'm gonna go drink tea. I really appreciate everyone for joining in. I'm joined by the illustrious and phenomenal Godsend or Eugene
Thank you.
as my chair two, and I really appreciate you all tuning in. Thank you so much for tuning in, y'all. That was a great set, and I hope you all have a great day.
Yeah, I hope a lot of people are here to watch that because that game was insane. Thanks for coming out, guys.
Thank you, guys.